Hello and welcome to the Dice Are Good Bad Storytellers. This is Remalin. My name is Jacob Schallenkamp, and we are back at it. We have Kyle being played by Matt. We have Kubo being played by Maddie. We have Leo being played by Zach, Josh. Yeah.
What? The unending fake AI that doesn't act. He's not an actual person. He's just really good at
wrong input wrong. Error 404.
Error 404. Josh not found.
But to summarize, what? To summarize what we to summarize what we had just experienced before, we have been setting up a little ambush, a fun little ambush for our Vespa Farah, and she arrived right as we were setting up that ambush. Kyle saw the armies marching on the Yagran Mountain up from the north, the Vauchaline armies, and right as that happened, Kubo, which was going up potentially to meet up with Kyle, felt the coin go jump up out of her hand, signaling that, thank you, his hand, signaling that Vespa had just gotten into the elevator and was starting to come up. You guys all talked on your headphones, and it was a sudden change in strategy. And Leo jumped out of the window, casting Fly on himself, and started fast approaching the elevator.
It transformed.
Yeah, you transformed. Great. Leo also.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Had
to go right for Kubo.
Sorry.
But we. And then Kubo started flying. He just found out that he could do that.
He just remembered he has wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't do that?
And they cut the elevator line. The elevator fell before it landed. Vespa and 3 of her bodyguards managed to make it out before it became too fast to be survivable. And we saw one of the bodyguards get snapped in half as the G-forces were too much for him to escape the elevator with. And his spine were trunkled back as the elevator crashed.
Just a silly goofy move.
Word trunkled, is that the word that's giving you
Yeah.
It's a lot of twisting
and
involved.
my favorite part is how Vespa succeeded all the saves, and she, using her mad monk skills, is like climbing up through the air on the falling rope towards me, and
So there are several, she's on the outside. This is kind of like an elevator that is sustained by like a structure.
I thought she was inside of the elevator.
She is inside she's in the elevator shaft.
Right, with me.
In the elevator shaft, yes, which is basically open air. So I do need to make this clear. This is open air.
Right.
You're flying up above in this open air. There are nothing but these like stone garters,
service cables and stuff like that.
Yeah, ropes.
Oh, it's not sealed off.
Ropes.
It's like an open.
No, it's not sealed off. The
It's like an
elevator
open style elevator.
Yes, I mean it covers a lot of distance. There's no reason to
All right.
like a dumbbell. So Leo can get in there pretty easy. Leo is flying. All of these things are happening all at once. Kyle, you're still up at the top of this building, vertically up the elevator shaft. Now, what I need everybody to do is roll initiative.
Okay, that's fine.
Do I have to as well? Because I know I'm not there yet. You said it was going to take me like 2
I'm doing
turns.
it. I'm much further away than you are.
Are you?
We'll be rolling initiative.
Yeah.
I only got a 9. So
Aren't you way above?
Yeah.
Aren't they?
And I'm still rolling, so yes, you are.
But you have to deal with like a whole invasion, right?
23, by the way.
23.
Oh, I need to roll something else. That's good.
I have to look. I'm really in shock. My initiative is so low. I don't understand.
It doesn't increase with anything other than your it's just your dexterity.
Oh, the thing that will never go up.
No, I think I got.
The only other source would be certain class features or the alert feat.
It's fine. I always get a 4 anyways. I'm dead last. Like always.
Okay, Okay, so for simplicity's sake, and you can describe how this happens, but basically, Kyle and Leo, you will take 1 round for you to get there. For Kyle, that will be a much longer, bigger ask, but I know you've been planning some cockamamie stuff.
What? No, Kyle.
Cockamamie.
No, that's
I'm just-
silly.
I'm just getting used to planning for it, you know?
Very
Well,
good.
that's never a good sign.
Yeah.
Kill him quick.
Guys, it's okay. I probably was a little
Cause an
drunk.
avalanche.
Just heard me screaming over the
Over the radio.
just like that. Yeah, like that.
I just aggressively rip off my radio and let it fall thousands of feet.
Oh, wow, that was
Don't you dare! I will kick your ass.
We could just make another one. It's okay.
No.
We don't. I don't. I don't always have the time to do that.
Hey, it got stolen. I don't know what to tell you. It's crazy.
Plus, I'd have to go back and do math to figure out how many days it actually takes me to make one again. You're gonna make me do math? What kind of monster are you?
I believe in you. I went to school. We could do it together.
Guys.
I mean, different
So
kind
have
of
to
school.
roll one of these D6s, right? And if I get a 6, then I get a charge back on the armor you gave me. And I was told Jacob, I was like, I actually want to roll like an actual dice because whenever I do on the computer, I don't get which is good. So
I don't know why. Normally the loud noises doesn't bother me. I'm like a delicate boy today. You're like screaming.
A baby kitten.
A baby kitten. I will be cautious of the kitten.
It's okay. So
Jumps to the ceiling.
we're going to follow the initiative, but I've kind of queued everybody up so nobody gets to the fight until I get to the fight. So first off, we've gotten the noise, we've gotten everything happening, the thing fell. Kyle, this is your round getting to Kubo. So tell me why it takes you 1 round and I'll see if I believe you.
One might be a little bit of a stretch, but
Okay.
what I'm so the second he hears the distress signal going out over the radio, he goes right back down into the mountain. As he runs back down the shaft out to the window that he walked in, he throws a grenade into the door guard's hands, just saying, "Here, hold this," and keeps running out and jumps out the window.
Oh, so out the window you originally joined?
Just
Okay.
jumping straight out.
Okay. So you're just straight falling?
Yeah, and then when I get close enough to like the landing, as I'm going, I'm gonna open a parachute and land out just outside of our rooms, basically.
I will say that will be outside of our rooms. So you're not going down the elevator shaft.
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how everything's directly oriented, but I mean, that's the way I came up, so I know that landing's available.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So dope. Give a guy a grenade. Poor guy, probably spent his whole life in there. Probably sweet, merciful release of death. You run, dive out of the window. Cavernous Eogrin lies below you, and you can see all these twinkling lights. And normally, like this would be nighttime because there's a war on. They need the cover of light, like they need light in here to do stuff. And so you can see explosions, in that distant area. There's a couple brief moments of kind of the coolest base jumping to happen, in the Algren area. And I'm going to say that in 2 rounds you will be there. Is that fair in time? Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Oh man, I am.
So that's your first check. Now the barbarians, surprisingly, the 3 barbarians that are still alive, they fell out lower than Vespa. You see them. They use their turn and they are within grabbing distance of you on their next turn. They are moving fast.
I think that's fake.
That is
Okay,
their whole turn.
Love that for them.
But still, that's still only 30 feet doing their full turn. Well, okay, so actually unarmored barbarians technically, so 40
athletics check. Yeah. So I'll roll athletics checks for them to see how reasonable that is.
Stinky. Yeah, it works.
That's them doing it recklessly. They get advantage on. I mean, not recklessly, but they get advantage on athletics checks because they're raging.
I know.
They have to re-rage every turn until they can land attacks. So that's one of their rages down. But you see them just hulking up. And we'll say
dwarves coming to kill me.
they basically, because of how initiative works, they're keeping pace with Vespa. And so Vespa's running up. Now it's on to Vespa's turn.
The barbarians are keeping up with the monk. That's wrong.
So Vespa, I have never said Vespa is a monk. Other people have said Vespa is a monk.
God, whatever. Okay.
I don't know.
She's a warlock.
She is a martial class. We have established that.
She's a fighter. She's a fighter.
You mentioned the gauntlets and not having other weapons. So
whatever.
Hey, I can make the stat blocks, whatever.
No, you shut your mouth.
Damn retroactive continuity.
So, so the barbarians did their close in. They are in within that they can do a move and attack. We're just doing the speed of our mind. So Vespa has closed. I will say she rolled a 3 on her initiative and still went before Kubo to illustrate how dexterous she is. And I didn't choose that randomly to illustrate how dexterous she is. I'm saying her stats gave her that benefit.
That's so great for Vespa. Oh my god.
So,
Good for her.
Good for her.
She is going to, I'm going to say this is a very hard maneuver because she is having to climb up.
I don't think she can reach
position
me
herself
right
and then lunge at you
and
then attack twice.
So we both fall to our death if she does that, man.
So she
or she misses and falls to her death right now. That works for me.
With a 21 athletics check, you do hear her scream, which is very funny because she has a very high voice. And so you think it would be like a, but it's actually like a, like
no, it's got to be the Wilhelm scream.
Kubo wants cocaine more than anything in the world.
In the middle of the fight is all you think of. Damn.
He's in the heat of the moment playing nonstop and also craves the taste of cocaine.
And while this is happening, we'll just simplify this. You hear a Savage and Bee going like, we're coming, and they're just like running down hallways. You know, like pushing like
dogs screaming, but they do her.
Yeah. And now she's going to take 2 attacks on you.
Well, but how did she make it?
I was telling you, she was climbing up before. I said before that she was quick approaching.
Whatever.
She got a 21 athletics
to
get in range to hit.
Good for her.
So she's like she's entirely airborne, trying to grapple onto Kubo. Then,
if she does not hit with one of her attacks, she is full airborne.
She's gonna hit me with one of her attacks though, because
she's attacking recklessly.
Yeah. Oh my God! No way! That's so cool that she got to do that.
That is a nat 1 on her second one. That one only comes up to. So her first attack. I think
I'm being bullied.
Maybe a little bit. That's a 24 to hit. Her second attack is a 22.
So maybe they both hit. So maybe they do both hit.
Well, so you can cancel out the advantage on it if you trigger the blinding thing on the sword in reaction to the first one.
I'm gonna do that then. Thank you for reminding me. Holy shit.
Okay, well, I didn't know that before, so I'm gonna roll flat again.
You don't remember which one was your first one?
Well, she gets 2 attacks.
No.
Right.
No.
That was a nat 20. That isn't fair because I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, no, you definitely didn't crit.
I won't let us crit on this.
Fuck you.
I don't remember what it was. You got full health. She's not going to bring you down in one attack.
You gave her a plus 16 to her attack.
Plus 14, excuse me.
Oh, no.
That is a 32 to hit.
Oh, I'm so much better.
And that is a 23 to hit.
That is an
It's fine.
Outrageous attack bonus for a
humanoid.
Hey. Well, anything for a level 11 encounter, but it was what I was thinking. But yeah, that too.
Girl boss to
hey,
the end.
I'm just trying to balance this and make these guys continue.
That's not balanced.
No, you're not.
Hold on, I will get my fucking DMG.
You're not.
In the original book, in the Holy Grail. It
Holy
states.
Grail.
No, you're not.
Hey, you guys have had Odina on your team that's a plus 17 to hit with every attack. I mean,
Yeah, it's so
I wish I
funny.
was Odina.
How is that balanced?
She shouldn't have a plus 17 either.
young adult dragons, it's really high. It's a very high.
It's not. They're like CR 7 or 8 for young or young adult. I don't care.
You're right. It's plus 7. Okay, I may have gone a little overboard. I still have hope. I have belief in you guys. You guys
I'm
will be
gonna
fine.
do it.
So,
I'm gonna hit you. I'm not really. I don't
So,
do that.
both of those are hit.
I'll close my eyes.
Oh, no.
both
Not
of these
funny
hit
anymore.
because she has to grapple. One of them does no damage and is used to grapple. So the first one is
I stopped flying the moment she grabbed
she grabs you and okay. She's
That's
gonna.
a
No, that's literally how it works.
Oh yeah.
All Kubo's speeds become 0 is now falling.
I told you. You don't get it.
Oh, okay. Hey, fall damage maxes out at
Don't talk to
Yeah,
me.
Max is out at 20d6, so
Keep going. How about you just keep going? You deep
Man, that's a lot.
I hate you.
Okay. So,
I
she
did
grabs
some
you.
test runs of this the other day, and it seems I would actually survive that about half the time. So
Half of the time. Ooh, that's
She got
50.
double the high max. She got max damage 3 times.
I hate you.
She got max damage all 4 times.
Crit. You said whatever. I'm
She
done.
didn't crit. You take 32 points of damage as she guts into you with her
That's
claws.
so good for her. I'm so happy for her.
I'm gonna say as she does this, and you guys immediately start to fall. She goes, "Keep flying, keep flying."
I can't. I can't.
What?
literally can't.
I can't.
Literally, yeah, no. Like
Well,
the
like,
grappled
I
condition.
can't. I can't.
Wow. Okay.
Fuck you.
This is interesting. That's definitely her turn. She can't do anything else.
Cries in silence.
Now it is Kubo's turn.
Oh, that's so.
But flip side, all you have to do is escape from the grapple using the legendary thing on the armor right before you hit the ground.
Does that guarantee I get
Something you
out?
can do. I mean,
Are you serious? Are you shitting me? Oh, okay. I feel a little better
automatic
now.
critical.
Fuck her.
save.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I need to be careful.
and she takes the 20d6 and we follow up.
Okay, well, hey, listen, I'm okay with that. Ooh, interesting. What a lucky roll this was! Holy shit! Ow!
So what did you roll?
I got
Oh,
a
yeah.
6, so I get one.
So,
how do you do that?
I want to. So the language is it lets you make a save, it auto succeed a save. Is that right? So what we're saying is you are making an athletics check against her to break
No,
the
it's not just
grapple.
a save. It specifically says something. I paraphrase it heavy. Every charge, it can take one legendary action to make it working, which doesn't make good sense to succeed, I guess.
I might be getting with Indomitable.
I'm pretty sure that was the. I'm saying it works. I'm saying what you can do.
Oh,
here
I
is
thought
that
you were trying to
works.
challenge me, and I was like, not to be rude, I will fight you on that.
So basically, so here's the full language of what you'd be doing. You're grappled. You use your action to make a saving throw against her athletics check. She can
One of
roll
them.
whatever she wants. She gets a nat 1 anyway. I mean, she's raging, so she would technically get advantage. But if you use that charge, you auto succeed and you break the grapple and you're able to fly again.
Yeah, and then I go away and I use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith or something else. Let's do my bonus action.
Is that the language, the story we're going with here?
Or should I make it Sanctuary so that people have to roll to even hit me?
My sanctuary.
That would definitely, because then she'd have to roll a wisdom save to even hit
They're
you.
not smart,
Yeah.
any of them, right?
No, I mean that's not what they're spec for.
I thought I got 2 turns, but that's fine. Whatever, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna then to add more wordage to that, I think Kubo would go yee, literally just go yee, and like knock her off to get out. Fly as far as he can up, and then for his bonus action, he can do Sanctuary. So I think he'd do that just at a higher level, because it's a bonus action. And
My sanctuary.
Okay,
I didn't even do this last time.
so you've described that you're throwing her off. You are in between all 4 of these things. This would be pretty imbalanced if I didn't let her make a reflex save to grab
You know what? No, then I'm not gonna throw her. She can just fall off of me. Whatever it makes her just fall. Just fall. I'm willing to do.
I will cut my arm off.
This is getting a little clown car-esque, but that's totally fine. You throw her off.
I do deserve a turn.
Wait, you didn't know we had Rory's telepathic bond cast? What are you talking about? Yeah, no, this is totally.
Okay.
I've only had my mind
Totally cool.
She is falling straight down. I'm gonna say she's falling straight down.
She'll be fine. She has
she has 3 barbarians prepared to do what they need to do, but those are all checks they have to make. You can see that she has a strange contorted like face of confusion as she's falling, and unfortunately there's a little excitement as well. She's excited that this is harder than she wanted it to be.
When you said
But although I should point out, you should roll the check first, because the way legendary resistance works, it's after you fail, you can just choose to succeed instead. You might as well see if you can just succeed naturally.
Well, which one was that again? It was strength.
That would be athletics.
Athletics. Let me do that. I have a +7.
That's better than her.
I only got a 14.
Yeah, you would have needed to burn it.
I burned it then.
Yeah.
Thanks though, Peach. Yeah.
Trying.
I appreciate it. Listen, that was a bunch of bullshit, so I'm just glad we made it through it.
So I'm gonna call it as it is. Call
Okay.
it as it is.
Wow, I'm getting sassed at.
You're getting roasted today. Yeah.
Bring 3 dragons in here.
Hey, you guys are pretty hard to get down, so I'm just innovating.
Yeah, yeah. High five. High five.
So, what happens next? Leo, you're up. As you are flying in, I don't know what form you're in exactly, if you'd like to describe that. But as you're flying,
I'm in Viper Leo.
you're
Viper
a
Leo.
flying snake.
I'm just a snake person.
For snake person?
I'm just a snake person.
Yeah, it's interestingly biblical. You fly in, and you can see very clearly. You see as you're flying up that it's going to take this round to get in range to do anything, unless we'll say you're have spells that are outside of 100 feet range. But as you're flying in, you see Kubo get grappled. Kubo used this ability and blow them off.
That was so lucky.
You see that she is falling as you're flying up.
Yikes,
Do you want to do anything, or just double move and get in a clear range for your next turn?
Can I hit her as she's falling?
If you have anything that hits outside of 100 foot and you want to make your movement more delayed, yes.
Do it. Do a fireball.
Yeah, let's say, what's fireball? Is it a fireball?
Isn't it like 130?
Probably 120 for the
fireball
point that it initiates.
Is 150.
Mm.
So I will move 80 feet with fly. I mean, wait. I'm gonna move 60 feet with fly because that's what I can.
Damn it, it's magic damage.
Yes.
And
yes, Chris.
I
Rock,
shall
bacon.
cast the fireball towards the falling object.
Yep. Barbarians don't get to cut that in half.
And I have very clearly narrated that the barbarians are keeping pace and would be right in the same area on the elevator. So I won't. Hey, it works both ways. I can be an asshat, but it works both through my own
It's hard
bullshit.
to be a DM. You have a hard mantle known as the asshat.
Okay, I was looking what to roll.
What level of fireball are you launching at him?
Oh, this is just gonna be a basic 3rd level. I don't know if it's gonna hit.
Okay.
I'm not trying to spend wild. Okay, so it is 23 to hit.
That's not how that works.
That's not how
Is it
that
not?
works. It's your save.
No, they
Oh,
roll
yeah, my bad.
saves. You roll damage.
So you have to roll me.
So that's the only gets a and they're flying in the air. They really can't. She can't even make a dex save really. So I'm gonna say she auto fails.
I definitely
yeah.
I mean, it would be the same thing as being prone. Functionally, I mean, you're not
Right,
able to move.
Perfect. So then
You have no speed. You can't.
8, a 10, and an 8.
8d6.
Okay, so they fail.
I'm so excited. Holy shit. Leo.
Okay, let's see how much damage this is.
Sometimes when Jacob says he has to balance things, I really think it's
28 fire damage.
Oh wow, 28. Sheesh.
And then
Well,
after
we're a weird group to try and
What?
Oh yeah, I
We're
know
we're
you.
grouped to try and balance for because like we're small. We don't really have a dedicated source of healing, and yeah.
And not to be mean, like thank you, DM. It was just funny in the moment when I mean I'm still stressed, but really right there I was like, whoo.
That's 28 damage. Okay.
Of fire damage. And I'm gonna then get my attention towards Kubo because after I saw that, I'm gonna be like, okay, Kubo's hurt. And I'm gonna go see what's up. And then I'm gonna turn.
Hey yo.
Okay, great turn. Kyle, you passed the point where you would like pull your parachute, and you can see that basically it's going to be a tricky maneuver to swoop into the elevator area. But this is the turn that you'll be able to do that. I will.
So actually, I'm actually gonna lightly change my plan. I'm gonna stay at the landing, and I'm gonna pull out that fancy little scope that lets me turn my gun into a sniper rifle.
I should never give you guys anything. I should
No.
never.
You see that now? Watch my next character.
So,
Oh.
you pull your parachute, you float down, you land on this little landing. You think I could either go there or
What's smarter? What's safer? Yep.
then you can take a shot on this turn. You'll just be at this far distance.
Okay.
So
So
Are you shooting at
in that
Vespa?
case- Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at Vespa.
Burning Vespa.
And I'm gonna, since I don't need to really actually like stealth or anything, I can use my bonus action for aim. So advantage on the first one anyway. 27 and 14 to hit.
The 27 hits, 14 doesn't.
Okay. Then and
Wow.
there we go. That helps a little.
All 3 666. The evil. The evil.
The beast.
What are you
yeah, so
summoning?
that's 28 damage then.
And is it all piercing?
Magical piercing. Yeah, I think.
I thought it was the base was piercing, and then there was like an additional elemental.
That's when I'm at. That's when I'm using my like acid bullets and stuff like that. That's a spell. I don't have that active right now.
But
That extra damage is sneak attack.
Oh, I see. But I don't think does magical piercing. I don't think that cuts through barbarian range as long as it's
No,
piercing,
it won't.
right? Okay. So,
But flip side, now that you mentioned that, she was reckless, so I actually have advantage on both the
that's
attacks.
true. That's true. She was reckless.
well, good thing we talked
So
about
does
it.
the 19 hit?
Reckless.
The 19, if we're using that as your advantage for the second one, yes, it does.
Yeah. Then okay, so then so that first one would be cut in half by the barbarian thing to only deal 14. The second one would deal 6.
Okay, so 20 overall.
Yes.
Boom.
Yeehaw.
Boom. And she burning.
I just
And
want to
she
make
cooking.
fireball doesn't give any cover. I don't think it does.
No, I think it just burns them for a bit,
No,
and then
I-
that's it. It just like disappears. It doesn't stay on them or anything.
Yeah,
Correct. Just making sure, just when you're trying to do it all correct. I haven't seen it played that way, but I was like, does it? So the ropes are singed. You take 2 shots at the
Blicky.
falling Vespa. You have this like weird link with her as she's falling, and you see this explosion wrap over her, and she just looks up at you like hungrily, and then you see her body like twist as bullets hit her, and she just is like looking at you. Does it like break eye contact as like all this damage hits?
No, this is weird. No,
No, I don't like this.
Look on Kubo's face. Is just.
Overwatch is here. Anyway.
Oh yeah. It's,
She's just cursing you with her eyes.
You, Leo, you'd see this the best. You see that the barbarians down, like kind of at level with her, they just got hit by the fire. They kind of give each other a knowing look, and they're going to all take athletics checks. I'm going to say this is going to be a difficulty 25 athletics check because of how bonkers what they're going to be trying to do is. First one got a 3. Well, actually, they are barbarians. They're going to use their second rage. They only have 3. So he's going to do this with advantage.
Oh, no.
You see one of them attempt to jump at Vespa and save her life. The first one whiffs entirely, goes past the ropes, past her, and just falls to his death. You just see him be done.
That's one way.
Good man.
Second
Good
one,
man.
advantage.
Go get her.
The second one jumps, grabs her, and actually manages to grip onto the ropes.
Fuck.
Big, hulking, beefy arms. Just you see the rope like shake onto it, and he manages to save his life. But yeah, one of the barbarians, you see him just go, "Wah!" You hear him just yell some really kind of. He's too enthusiastic about the thrill of the hunt, and he views this as the greatest honor.
Is he coming?
You could never know. You could never know. Maybe if you scrape him off the floor.
No, I don't think I will.
But you see that they, kind of have this moment of like, okay, paid our price. We got Vespa back. Now, Kubo, who's at like the top of the elevator, you see Savage and B just kind of pop their heads over the top, and they're like both gasping, like, what?
By all means. Yeah, she's fucking crazy.
And they're here to help. They can't do anything on their turns. Vespa's going to double move, and basically catch up to you again, up at the top of the elevator. But she is not on solid ground yet. But she is not like she has partial. She has partial cover from you, Kyle, in terms of like just because of the angle of how distant she is.
Well, I have the sanctuary effect.
That's okay. The aim action lets me ignore cover anyway. So.
Damn it!
Great. No, I'm so.
Now it is back to Kubo.
How was it back to Kubo? Kyle did go to. Oh, he has to take 2 turns to get.
No,
yeah,
I was at the start of the turn.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's all
Remember,
right.
Silly goose.
I haven't even been 2 things to initiative.
Okay, team. So what should I do if I make an attack or I cast a spell that affects an enemy?
Then sanctuary goes away.
Yeah, and so it's fine. But I'm thinking, does that mean that we need to take this fight out of the elevator?
Well, you can attack something other than an enemy, like maybe the other ropes that they're trying to climb. You can use the turn to heal yourself. You can, I don't know. If you have ranged options, honestly, just fly 15, 20 feet away from her and throw shit at her.
Oh,
Through your sword.
can I fly? I want to be selfish, but if I fly a little bit like farther out of her reach, can I like? Is there like a rope that I can again just try to cut and just be like, no, I don't want any of that.
Yeah. I don't think she's so close that you're within threatened range of like.
I'm keeping that healthy.
Opportunity attacks, but if you'd like to make an attack on this rope, I will basically, unless you get a nat 1, you will hit this rope. But then you have to beat the damage threshold, which I've established before is 30.
That was the steel cable. I assume they're just climbing up I thought they were coming just like regular ropes.
I mean, these are all steel cable, bro. I mean,
okay.
I want to have established.
It's an elevator. Well, let me think about this in another way. So actually, here's the problem. She's not really magically. So if I were to like do something to her, I don't think it would have as much of an effect as if I were to like attack Serenity or Fester. Like I don't think much. But instead, let's just think about doing some shit. Like you
have advantage. You have advantage for like 10 different reasons when you attack her. But I still have channel crash in that sanctuary.
Well, I have. Can I try to attack her and then run away out of her range?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to do a full action disengage if you wanted to avoid all stuff. But yeah, if you did that, she would just have one attack.
Is she a monk or not? I'm kidding. It doesn't matter. Okay.
I have designed for a dexterity bar.
I still have a channel.
I mean, it's not bard. I have dexterity barbarian.
I was like, what?
Dex barbs are nasty. They don't do very much damage, but they're fucking impossible to kill.
And I just made her damage really stupid because
because
I get 2 hits on you guys a turn. If they don't feel meaningful, there's no threat. Like
I abuse legendary
I'm
actions.
just
like
gonna
a mother-
try to hit
I
her
try to make
twice, and
things.
then the paralytic goes, we're just gonna get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, try to hit her twice. Roll the hit.
Yay! Oh my god, Kubo, you're rolling as shit. No, I'm just leaving.
11, 14. She's just gotten to the landing, and you like flew up.
You would have advantage on these attacks though.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because she attacked recklessly.
Oh Jesus.
So it's 11, 14. We'll count those two as with advantage.
Yeah, I'm rolling shit. Absolute dog shit.
The dexterity bard, the dexterity barbarian flaunts itself. You are unable to connect with her.
But since I haven't hit her, Sanctuary doesn't go away.
I guess it's true. You haven't done any damage.
Yeah. Kubo goes awkward, and then he just flies higher.
What's the language on sound?
I think making an attack actually still.
Oh, you know what? I don't want to break any rules, but let's look at it one more time. Okay, maybe so.
Actually, would you think of hitting
Yeah,
something?
if the horny creature makes an attack or casts a spell,
That affects an enemy or deals damage to another creature. And I can tell you, it did not have any effect.
So it's still active?
Yeah.
It makes an attack or casts a spell that affects an enemy creature. Making the attack itself should actually cancel it.
That's okay. I can bonus action it again. I honestly might, just because she fucked me up. So let's do that. It's like this awkward moment, and Kubo just goes.
So you attempt to attack, you bonus action.
It goes down, he goes, and it just goes back up, and he flies away.
And you try and fly away. That is also an attack of opportunity. She has to make a wisdom saving throw. That is a 15. What's your spell save?
My spell save? How do I find that?
It's a 14.
It's a 14.
So she is able to make an attack on you.
God, fuck.
I don't think she can choose to make this reckless. It definitely connects. 3, 5, 8.
Hey team, this isn't my game this time. This is yours.
9. This is 25 damage.
Okay. I hate you. Anyways.
She gashes at you as you fly away.
I go, fuck you, and I...
Savage and B go, oh, shit. They kind of see you get a big gun of blood taken out of you.
And they hear me go, fuck you.
Fuck you. You fly away from her. Oh, gosh. Now it is back to Leo's turn.
Oh, my God. Oh, I did Sanctuary again. I didn't cast that again. Yay. Whew, gotta keep my
That gif you sent Leo is great.
I'm trying to get
Yeah, I don't know where Leo's at, but it is his turn.
He had to check on the food.
Oh my God, they make another. Leo makes a nat 20. I don't know. Wow, he crit. Oh, Vespa's dead.
Actually, I did give her a legendary action.
I hate
but,
you.
Or I did give her a legendary resistance, but that fireball is just perfectly timed, and she has no purchase upon which to make it just makes no sense in the context.
And also, it's probably not worth it just to take half damage from that. Save that shit for like
he does have evasion.
Major crippling effects.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Save it. It's fine.
As soon as he gets back, we'll continue. We can even pause the recording.
Whoa. I get an improved divine smite.
Yeah, now that you're 11th level, the base you do an extra D8 on all of your attacks, basically. Just an extra flat radiant damage on everything, I'm pretty sure.
They can't look at
Don't
her
look at my
stats.
sheets. Go
They
away.
can't
You
look
want me
at
to
her.
die, you fuck.
I don't.
I have grease now. Leo has grease? What? He greases all of the ropes?
I was asking.
What?
That was a pitch. If he had it, he doesn't have it.
Okay. I hate to retcon this as well, but we have established now that she is out of the elevator and on like ground with
Kubo's not on the
Kubo.
ground.
Oh,
I flew away.
well, you're not, but you were attacking her on level ground. You got into the top of the elevator.
I
Right?
swooped and tried to attack her and it didn't work. And I just went, fuck you, and I went back up.
Okay, then partial cover still applies.
Doesn't matter because of this thing anyway.
Exactly. I was saying if he was in there entirely, it would be full cover.
Mm.
But
Okay. I don't.
he'll get another round of shots before she
If me
is.
staying in there helps you guys fight her more, great. You can scrape my dead body off of the weird cum barbarian guy. Weird thing to say.
Well, and in my defense, it actually makes sense you didn't hit, or the dice made the rules work. She did not attack recklessly last turn. So you would not have you still would have had advantage, but Kubo would not have.
I get advantage. I get advantage from my aim. So
Yeah.
Huh. It's so all of our characters are so much Calvin Ball. Like
I mean,
I literally lobbied like disintegrates at you guys as like, fine, a challenge, here you go. And everybody gets within 2 HP and then dances the entire battle without like actually dying.
Shut up.
It's great. No.
Go away. Forfeit.
Forfeit?
Yeah, I'm trying to bully you into letting us forfeit. Wait, making you forfeit.
Making me forfeit.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's working. My wife is bullying me. Bullying.
This beep boop
but
bop
yeah,
beep boop.
all your melees always do an extra
Here's
D
back.
now. Yeah.
What I miss? Who died?
I'm almost
You-
dead.
So you are up, Leo, and you fly up. You see that Cat Vespa has made a nasty gash at Kubo as he's flown away.
I said fuck you to her, and
And now Vespa is much higher than the other barbarians that tried to save her before. And you have visual. I think you can get with moving and casting a spell. I think fly is 60 feet.
Yeah,
So you can get within
Sadly.
40 feet and cast a spell, or you can double move and like get into melee.
Can I try to distract her from hitting Leo? Can I be like, you bitch or something? I don't know.
She can't hit Leo like, at all. If he stays outside of like 10 foot, she can't even get close to him without risking her life.
and how close are you, Kubo, to her?
I'm out of range.
He's out of range.
I'm closer
Okay.
to you. I'm gonna say I'm closer. to
Okay. I don't want to get close either because I'm not trying to get a snap, crackle, pop out the sky.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cast Fireball, but I'm gonna bump it up a little bit more. Do I want to go crazy?
Third level spell slot. Those are rookie numbers. You got to bump those numbers up.
You're right. I cast
Watch
Fireball
the
at 5th
bumper
level.
Closers.
No, what's that? She got a nat one. Damn, best.
Yeah, I need a dex save. Oh yeah, it's in that one. Is it? I'm ready. Let me know that dex save.
She's not a monk.
Well, you need to roll your damage either way. It's just whether or not she takes half. So
I know,
Roll
but I
that
have to have my
shit.
holds up. I have to have my holds. Oh, whoops.
fail.
And with that, that would be 56 fire damage.
53. It literally counts it for you.
Oh, I quit. I saw 50.
It literally
I went to the
counts
other
it for
screen.
you.
No, it's good. It's good.
I'm blind.
No.
I never told y'all. Beep boop.
This is not cut by the the barbarian rage. I do also need to specify that Vespa was able to like cover a lot of distance away from the barbarians, and so you can either choose to hit Vespa or the remaining 2 barbarians, and this is your choice here with this fireball.
Leo, we trust you either way, bro.
Hmm.
Vespa is on a rope. She is not falling now. We know that she is incredibly dexterous and nimble. I will say above table to not like poison this for you guys. She does have evasion, and if she passes the save, she will take 0 damage.
Yeah, but you know what? What you would also be hitting? The cable that she's on, which is an unattended object. So it would, and that is hard enough that's going to go right through that hardness cap that we established of 30.
Ooh.
Therefore, completely destroying 40-foot wide section of it, and leaving her at no logical way to try and grab onto anything.
Yep, fireball level 5. Be
Look at his facial expression.
It sucks because you're extremely right, but also it's just like I don't get to play. It's like this schedule is turning into every week. I can't wait to play with my friends. Getting like sand thrown in my face and like my Lunchables dunked out into the and I'm just supposed to walk home happy. So okay, so we will play this as it lies. It sounds like the tactical decision that's been made is to target Vespa as well as the ropes around where Vespa is at.
Yeah.
Oh no, not at all. It's definitely to attack the two guards on their own.
What?
Okay. He's keeping the tension up. He's keeping the tension.
Okay, fine.
Oh no, Leo definitely gets super cocky, especially when he's in his transformation. He don't care. Fireball.
Thank you for giving me back a sandy pepperoni.
Oh, shut your mouth.
So let's just see.
Dusted it off for you. You're welcome.
It's okay. I'm just gonna go over and just slob an entire backpack full of grenades.
Okay, so one got a 22 on the save, the other got a 15. These barbarians do not have evasion, so they will take half damage, and the ropes are severed. So you cast the spell. You do 53 damage to one of them. You see that he is fully evaporated.
Yay!
Oh no, they both passed. They both passed.
Oh, they both passed at 15? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Well, that
doesn't
makes
have a bad.
At least look good. So that means they take half, which is 27,
Sure.
rounded up.
Yeah, the rounds up.
Who am I to judge? You know
And
what?
so-
It doesn't matter.
It's
I mean, they're gonna fall to their deaths after this anyway. So, like, what's the?
it's tragic in a way that is like not satisfying. You know what I mean? It's like when you see like someone like give their life or do this incredible gesture of like goodwill, and then their entire people are killed. You know what I mean? Like these guys like do this incredible like wire dancing.
It's a little anticlimactic for him. Yeah.
They avoid the blast. They like manage to like deflect this incredible heat, and as they go to continue their movement, the rope is gone and they are down, and they just.
You know what?
Then I hiss
I had to do it to
at
him.
Vespa and I end my turn.
Yeah, you guys are fully assassin team.
Whatever. I don't know. You're taking it.
I'm not. You were right there. Okay, now it is back to Kyle. I have said that she is within range and only partial cover, so you can see her through your scopes. It's definitely a sniper position, and she is climbing quickly.
I do load 2 special rounds into the chamber as I make this shot.
You're so mad.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? No, I'm just worried. I don't want to waste these, but
Oh, you've done
It's
some
like-
special chamber ones?
I'm using the hollow points with the
Oh,
venom I milked from Leo's snake.
Oh yeah, the milk venom.
from milk.
The milk venom. It's like milk steak. Oh. Oh.
Those both hit.
23 and 27 to hit. Okay. So that is going to, let's see, do this part first. So the first hit is 28 piercing.
After 14, okay.
Okay. And then also 8 acid.
Okay.
And then the second one is going to be 12 piercing. So half down to 6. And then 12 acid.
Damn.
Gotta get out my calculator.
Can I use my phone? Oh no, I put a random number.
Okay.
What? Where did you watch it?
She is still up, but she is looking extremely bad. She was looking bad, and now she's looking extremely bad.
So with where she's at, can I reasonably assume that I'm not going to be able to fire at her next round from my angle? Okay, so then I'm gonna use the rest of my turn to take off the sniper barrel and start heading over there.
Okay, 2 rounds in, so I'll put that into your queue. but we'll call it only one round because you're using half your movement. This time you'll be in range if they're on the ground floor, basically.
Now, if I how many feet roughly am I covering? Because I'll do my.
It was a double move,
Flash
Savage.
adrenaline.
It's a double move for Savage and B, so that's roughly 120, 140 feet.
Okay, so I've done 30 of it so far. I can cover the rest. Next turn.
Okay, your poor body.
Right.
Adrenaline once more. Your doctor would just shake his head. Then
Hooray!
now it's to Savage and B. They can just look down and see Vespa climbing up the rope. Because they're up at the other level. If you flew up, you could fly back into the hotel, but you've flown over with Leo.
I went to the left instead of the right.
Yeah, so you went to Leo. So I mean, they're just gonna have ready attacks to hit her as she comes up on her next turn because they see the rope she's coming up on. Like, it's not a hard ask. So they're just gonna have actions prepared to just hit her. Kubo and Leo, you're just standing on the side. You see two men fall to their death and the elevator is crumbling. Leo's a snake man.
Love that for you. Good luck. Good
For
luck.
you.
When you know you're a baddie. Yeah.
Uh,
Beyonce's new album, by the way, is fire.
So Vespa's going to single move on her turn, climb up. She's going to get attacked, I think 4 times because B can hit twice in a turn. And so too can Savage. That's a hard miss, though. Another hard miss from Savage.
Oh, so B got a 27.
And a flurry of
She also
blows.
got another 27. And then she gets a 11, and then she got a 11. So she got 2 times.
She attacked 4 times.
She gets attacked twice. No, never mind. She just got 2 27s first.
Okay. So with the 227s first, those are both hits. Savage isn't able to connect with her at all. She is boxer style. She gets up and is able to.
Oh shit! Should she rage too? That's 16. Let's just rage.
Raw, reckless.
Where are you? I'm so sorry. Shit.
And the Vorpal Scimitar has features on 20s, but not 19s, right? That's Vorpal rules.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's raging. Let me get the wild magic.
At 20s are auto kills.
None of those.
It's a D8. Hold on, fuck. What did we get? Ladies and gentlemen, we only got a 1. When she gets a 1, she gets shadowy tendrils lash around you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage. She also gains a temporary 1d12 temporary.
And what's your spell save?
I don't know. Fuck. This is just something that is a part of her, apparently.
I know.
Or look up here.
The Constitution saving throw
Then look up.
equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus.
If you want to look at older stuff. I haven't played her in forever. This is just.
Yeah, she makes the save.
Well, at least there's cool stuff happening.
Yeah, there's cool stuff happening. Okay,
16 points of damage, though. They did hit
and
it.
that's slashing.
It's the Vorpal Scimitar, so yeah, I guess.
Yeah. That is 8. You're using B's using a
You gave it to her. You
favorite.
gave it
I
to her.
did. Now
Not even cheesing there. You did.
that is all their actions. Vespa was hit by B, and so she's going to layer all of her attacks onto her. These are both with the advantage. She's going to attack recklessly as she's kind of near death. That's a 31 to hit, and that is a 26 to hit.
No, I think those both hit barely, but I'm just kidding.
So after the first one hits, you can use your reaction to trigger the blind to give disadvantage on the second one, or at least turn it into flat.
Well, she's far away. She's
Oh,
outside.
on her. Okay.
Which I would have loved to. This is
Silly goose.
14.
I mean, B's gonna be okay.
That's 30 damage.
Yeah. Just tell me what the total is.
1, 2, 4, 8, 24.
So
That's
is it just 54?
54.
She's still okay.
And she is raging. And
Oh, so it's only half of
punches.
that.
Yeah, so it'd be 27.
Well,
So
I have to
add
get back.
27. Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
How does
She's puffing and puffing, lean muscle, singe,
it,
burn.
how does it feel to suck? And I don't know. I'm just being made to whatever you want.
Like she's a waif like for a gnome, but Vespa is like muscular, a dwarf. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, that would be a much different experience.
He is like a tall giant lady. I don't
But
know.
her claws and her punches are like boom, boom, boom. Like they hurt. They like
I fucking believe
whole
it.
chunks.
She
off
almost
people.
killed Kubo, man. Like I believe it. Good for me, but
Moving on, that is going to be so that was their actions. Vespa's action. Vespa is in full cover, like we're talking about with Kyle. Now we are back to Kubo, and you are outside with Leo.
can I want to heal myself with my healing hands. No, I want to do my lay on hands. Wait,
You're gonna use your lay on hands pool.
I just get more.
You can use as many of those as you need.
Yeah, as many are all at once.
I'm gonna use all.
You're gonna pump yourself full.
I think Kubo just like slurp. Something to
Gotta-
stop the
gotta
bleeding.
drink your Kool-Aid.
It just stop the bleeding. So thanks. I just really had to save my life, dude. I'm not even mad. Oh,
Really need that Coke, huh?
Okay, hooray! Feeling a little better. I think now.
Because you taken what 57, so that was 55 points of healing from the land hands. So
Yes, so I'm at only 90 out of 92. There you go. That's how many hit points Kubo
You
has.
managed to undo the damage that she did.
Mostly.
Now, so are you gonna do any movement outside of that?
Yeah.
Just gonna fly closer in to the action.
Action.
It sucks.
I will say it's been about 4 rounds that you've been flying, and you have 6. It's about
So I want to
10, a minute.
Oh,
10.
I got scared. I was like, wait.
Also, yours is different. I'm pretty sure fly is an hour if you keep concentration.
Let's see.
Kubo's is only a minute.
I do want to fly up towards where they are, but I want to. Is there a way I can do it where I'm still out of her range if she would like to try to jump on me or kill me or something?
no.
Like, not going in towards her. Can I go like up?
I mean, the elevator shaft is wide. You can definitely get in and away if it doesn't provoke attack of opportunity.
Can I just can I go like halfway so that if I wanted to, I could fly in to like try to hit her, but she can't turn around and be like, "Fuck you, Kubo."
Yeah, I'm gonna interpret what you're describing to me as the most tentative entry imaginable. You're flying in, and you're like looking forward, you get visual, and then you like float up. You're there, and you're confident you could move in within 30 feet and attack without her jumping out at you. And if she were to miss, she would be dead.
Cool. I mean, it sounds silly, but she did literally almost kill my character, so I feel like Kubo would be cautious. I don't know about me.
Legendary save on the armor. It's great.
That was
Okay.
lucky. Fuck.
Also, my fly's 10 minutes. It's only 10 minutes.
10.
10 minutes.
That's 100 fucking rounds. No fight will ever last that long.
Who knows?
Don't
No,
you
you
think?
will die long before then. I promise. There's no way fights can last that long in 5e. With bounded accuracy, it's just not an option.
I just love this like continual pattern we've been getting into of everyone taking the threats really seriously, getting super prepared, and then just realizing you have way more ammunition in the tank than you need.
Well, that's
Throwing
good.
it up.
I like to see the light of day tomorrow.
Fireballs all over the place. Okay, so Kubo, you
I'll
have
throw
used
6
your
one too.
healing. You've flown within range. You are prepared to swing in. You can see that Savage is struggling to hit her as well, but B has managed to connect. in a
I
big
think I
way.
still have a sanctuary effect, so maybe he was kind of countered. But that's okay.
Yeah, it's not a huge coward. Coward's too strong.
At least I'm hesitant.
Next up, that is going to be Leo. You are outside. You can hear some general fighting, and you know that Kyle has left his sniper perch.
Oh
Well,
God, I'm just kidding.
Can I still see Vespa from where she's like hiding? Or do I know?
Fly up, you would have to go inside of the elevator. You would have to go inside of the hotel in order to do this. Kuba, as you come up, you do see that the bars that are on like the window, like there are a bunch of cowering staff that are behind like the bars of the like area, like the reception
Does she
area.
hate them? Is that why that lady had a black eye?
She had a black eye.
She did.
Yeah, you said she had a black eye.
I just said black eye.
And I was like, why was she bruised? Yeah, I was like, wait.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I just kind of made that as storytelling fuckery of Yagran being a bad place, but it makes much more sense to connect this in this really bad, scary way.
I just don't even know. So for now, I think it's like you fucked that receptionist.
These are not people that are nice to service staff.
Okay, so can I get there in one movement, or am I still like turns away?
It depends on your range. I mean, you were within.
I have 60 feet.
Yeah, you were within 60 feet before. If you were to single move in, you could definitely get visual on Vespa, but you would also be able to see that they are in melee range with B and Savage.
In a weird way, it's kind of poetic that the first dwarf we encountered was Serenity, and she's going to be the last one.
On this trip, at least.
It does have some nice book ending.
And Planet,
Story symmetry to it. Yeah.
I'm gonna try. Can I get into melee range, or will I only get into range? Like,
if you were to get into melee range, I think you need to double
Are you
move.
seriously gonna just try and eat her?
do it. Do it.
Oh,
I know Leo didn't immediately say no. I think is a pretty strong answer.
The snake man. Why wouldn't he?
That laughter is the.
How about this? Because you guys are so clearly routing them, I will allow you to fly in and attempt to eat her in the same motion. It will be at disadvantage.
okay.
I give you advantage so that it's
Okay, so I would like to go and action bite attack, because that must happen first.
has to happen first.
I have to like,
You have to
I have to,
bite
like,
and then you have the
have-
option to swallow.
yeah, I have to like have her in my mouth first before I can swallow her.
We'll say you can do that this round. You fly in, you have to attack her. She is already at. She did attack recklessly, so you do get to attack flat, even with the disadvantage. So flat bite attack.
Oh my god, that was so funny. I can't breathe. Okay, I'm just looking at what to add.
She does have a high AC, so we'll see what happens.
Can I boost him?
Okay, well, let's hope this is enough.
Yo, you're a cool snake man.
17 to hit.
Fortunately, that won't hit.
Oh, well, guys, then all I can do is a claw, and then that's it. I can't bite.
You can't bite her
that-
again?
I mean, I can, but then after she would literally just hit me next turn. Like, I can't swallow her again. Like, I need 2 turns to swallow. Like, I need my action, my bonus to do the whole thing. Sadly.
So you're
So-
gonna attack again here?
Yeah, but just as a claw.
Okay.
So no swallow, sadly.
Poison her so that she can't move, and then
I had my turn.
Yeah, you are in melee range of the snake person. You see true terror pass over B as she has no idea who the fuck you are for a hot second, and then connects that you're a snake
that's so
person.
fucking
I'm like, it's me.
True
14-inch
confusion.
tongue.
Now it is back up to Kyle. This turn you were just running through hallways. End of your turn, you get visual on everybody. You don't have enough time to make any attacks. Going down one, that is Savage and B.
Wait. Did you just go over my?
yes.
Yeah, you have one more turn to get in, right?
Okay.
120 feet.
Well, okay, so I have 90 feet to cover, right, to get to her, but I
Yeah.
don't need to get all the way to her to fire a shot at her.
But that's like luck. I mean, you have to make sure that within those 90 feet you get within visual.
Okay, well, so just regular move and bonus action, that's 60 feet. So I'm only 30 feet away. It's not.
Yeah, that's enough.
I'm gonna run, or actually, no, it's not even that. It's I have 35, so I'm only 20 feet away
All right. 20 feet is
from just regular move and then bonus, and then yeah.
You can take your attack. That's fair. That's fair.
And I deserve a last hit on someone. Damn it.
Got a couple great ones.
Yeah, honestly, it fits Kyle. He doesn't want to kill anyway, but you know. And then I have the advantage because she was reckless.
That definitely hits.
Yeah, they both hit, I think.
That
Those
definitely
are big
hits.
numbers.
So the first hit is going to be 35, which I guess would be halved down to 18, and the second one would be 9, halved down to 5.
Okay. She is still standing. She is oozing blood. She is pooling blood on the ground from her many wounds.
Awkward.
She is looking extremely bad. I think Savage and B, this is kind of dark, but we'll go here. I think Savage and B realize that they are fighting a dying woman, and they back up with a disengage. And she's not able to attack because they use their full action, and she's just standing there, kind of oozing. And she kind of looks around and realizes, is like, you can see that in her eyes, she's extremely insulted. And she basically said, is spitting at them, like.
In other words, she has so little HP left, and you don't want B and
well, I mean,
Savage
yeah,
to steal the kill.
But also, it fits the story.
Yeah. No.
I
just wanted to make sure you knew I knew what you were doing.
Oh, of course. I mean, yeah. Bonus action stuff, but she's not going to run. She's a prey and predator. She.
Where the fuck would she run?
Kind of looks on all of you guys with a very grim look. Let me get character. I haven't. She came and went so fast.
Does she Halo 3 spike kill herself, jump off the side? What I do.
That'd be cool.
You do. She says,
me personally, not Kyle, but me. What I do.
Right. She spits a bunch of blood onto the ground and says, "You really think that you're going to end this?" She kind of gestures out the pit. "You really think you're going to end all of Yagran, your little piteous little party? There's an army outside. Even if we were to fall, you're all dead, men and women. You understand?
You first, bitch!
Dead.
You first. I was with that people be like, "Suck my dick."
Suck my dick.
You first, bitch!
I'm so fucking tired.
These goopy, sexy, yucky dwarfs. I just and we'll just go into
Who's next?
it is you. It is you.
No.
It is you.
Pass her AC.
Jesus.
She is not raging because no, she is. Never mind.
Will a 22 hit?
22 will hit.
Well, let's see if we put her down. I can do a couple of divine smites if needed. Let's see what we got.
Yeah.
I get exactly what it takes to kill her. Can I just do that without
How much attack? How much damage?
Five.
Oh, so you just do it with the divine radiant.
Without
damage?
divine. All right, I can add that on. Actually, for spice, I'm gonna do it.
I totally forgot that she had a turn before you, but she would have just used it punching B, and B has so much goddamn health that there's no way.
Well,
that
now
she'd
it's
actually
12,
hit her.
by the way, HP.
So
Because I decided to use one of my spell slots anyways because it's cooler. I think
Yeah,
that
the ground kind of favored us on this one here.
honestly, I
little
would have
bit,
died.
yeah.
I feel like if we had just actually fought the 1-on-1, that was very not for Kubo.
There's a good chance, but yeah, no.
well, that's why I was like, they're in an elevator shaft beneath you. Like, if they aren't busted to all hell,
Hold
they are
on,
not
let
a
me mark
challenge.
one of these things. So Kubo's going to kill her. Fuck, okay, that's weird. But I think we've all made jests, but I think as he goes in just to kill her, I think he would kind of be just stop fighting, just embrace the silence and just do the thing.
Just stab her.
And
yeah.
just see if she goes limp, and then he just kind of drop her.
She goes limp. There's a longer sigh than you'd like. And she goes,
Come on now!
and you guys have been around a lot of dead bodies. People poop when they die. In this case, she doesn't
Yeah, they
poop when
do.
she dies. It's just gross. It's just gross.
She does
all
or
the
she doesn't?
fluids. She doesn't poop. She pisses and just dissolves into her base elements.
So dying, you're peeing at death is actually relatively rare. See, there's no vacuum pressure like there is with shit. So you lose that internal vacuum.
It's fine. You know what?
Mhm.
God.
I said that because I didn't want to be gross, but we're all adults here. It's piss in the
You poop out.
We've all seen the South Park episode.
Kubo just
I think, Maddie, you ask very often with people like this, do they come? Do they come right today? I think for Vespa, you know 100% for sure she came.
And she shat?
No.
Oh, wait, sorry. So she didn't shit on Kubo.
No, she didn't.
Okay, well, either way, drops her less out of like kindness, and I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Clean up on aisle 3.
I think Savage goes up and just like kicks her body out of the elevator shaft.
Just like, there's a couple of just like half
They definitely get the
one isn't quite enough, you know. You kind of don't want to abuse a corpse. It's looking like, get it off, yeah.
Get her golden like knife gauntlets. And what I thought was gonna be a nasty fight because she could have taken down any of you guys with
She
like
was
3
nasty.
hits,
Okay,
you know.
sorry, she almost killed me.
But
Good job.
the other thing I want to mention about this is a lot of stuff from this. They're moving up their plans. She was supposed to be here 2 days after this for other plans. She used a reservation to try and get out and meet up with the Valshaline armies. She can't do that now. Whatever, there doesn't seem to be any other force going to meet up with the Valshaline armies because she's dead.
Is the king still in Yagran, or is he up top?
As far as you guys know, Lord
Right,
Valshaline
yeah.
is within the Yagran Mountain.
Okay, just double checking.
I don't necessarily see them as being likely to come in as like a peacekeeping force. They're gonna come take Yagran because it's nice and vulnerable now.
We've been killing all of the.
Yeah, I think it's.
You guys are all standing up here, and it's gross. You see the people kind of realizing the conflict is over. The bellhops and stuff start like filing out, and you see some of them going to like other elevators. There's only like 2 elevators that haven't been cut.
Is there like a washing and drying?
As they rock by, I will say no one stops until
Okay.
there are towels.
There's towels. Well, this is.
We should probably get the fuck out of this stalactite, though.
You sure?
I'm sorry, Leo. You didn't get to eat her. Maybe you can eat Serenity. That's the end on your shoulder. Are you a snake still?
Yeah, just in case. I don't know what's gonna
I
happen.
just gesture towards you. Then I don't want to touch. I don't want to get like hurt. I don't know.
I think that as Kyle says that. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
You hear more like kind of nobles stirring out of their rooms. You hear like 1 or 2 people trying to yell at you or go, "Hey, stop! Is that blood?" People kind of realizing that there's been a conflict.
I'm not sure what that is.
Everybody, take one of these and jump off the side with me. And I hand out parachutes.
Okay.
I thought I had
Featherfall can affect 5 other people, so like I might as well.
That's great.
Kubo's just really mad. He's soaking wet. No. With blood also. I'm so sorry. I really watched that. I'm gonna go. Keep talking. Keep going. Oh my god.
I didn't quite catch what she said, but all right.
Kubo was soaking wet. Wait. I don't need that.
all right.
Yeah. So everybody slaps on their parachutes. I think Savage and B, like before they jump.
Agrees.
I think as long as they all know how to use it, then yes, they all agree.
Somebody.
I more meant Maddie and Josh, but yeah.
Yes, I will do whatever the team needs.
See, people bop.
Up to 5, so yeah, that's exactly your party.
Oh, good.
You guys jump out of the stalactite, pull your parachutes, start floating down. Guys, the weird thing is it's like. Congratulations, look at this mess. It's like you have done exactly what you came here to do. You've killed all but one of the nobles. You've saved Ilaria and Llewellyn. The city is literally on fire. And where the elevators collapsed, there is just dead bodies. Some of them guards, some of them people that worked at the elevator.
We're here to help.
Team America! I'm getting super strong Team America vibes. Like, oh, no, we saved you guys. Good job. We just blew up all of Paris. But, yeah. Fuck yeah, go us.
America.
You're welcome.
And so you guys go down in your parachutes. You manage to land. I'm going to say that you guys all managed to land safely. Either on a roof or like in a street. I think Kyle left first, so I guess you can make that call and they'd try to join you. wherever you landed.
So I mean, honestly, considering how high up we are, we could literally choose any point in the city,
Well,
more or
looks
less.
like you, sir, and sirs. and-
So yeah,
I'll follow you, sir.
I mean, I'd probably aim for one of the deserted but still intact compounds, maybe Fester's.
I think
Because Fester was the one that we didn't blow that one up. That was when we were hiding out originally, but then bailed because it got monitored enough. But I doubt that monitoring is still there. So
yeah.
you guys only went through the underground tunnels.
right.
You guys never actually visited the top of it.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. All right.
I would love to take a break real quick.
Yeah, let's take a quick break and then we'll do some more RP stuff.
Can we just say that we landed safely? So for now.
I mean, it's chaos down there. Yeah, nobody's trying to get at you. So I'm gonna press pause here.
Smiling. Yes.
Welcome back. The Eldritch being is smiling. He gave us a happy face. The Eldritch
Look, that's my
being
face.
knows Josh.
I exist. People.
It's emoting the AI. I'm sorry.
People.
So
Semicolon smile.
if that actually gets too far, let us know, Josh. We love you. You're all good.
No, it's all good.
Okay, so you guys have flown down. You guys have flown down to Fester's compound. The vibe
in style.
yeah, and with the parachutes, you guys land. I'm not gonna make you guys roll any, dexterity stuff. Although, landing with a parachute, everybody has their own variety of levels of success. I imagine bashes her knees a little bit. Savage is quite delicately, easily able to land and run and all that stuff. You guys land in Fester's compound. The vibes you get are everybody's gone. What is this?
It's hilarious.
It's Leo. Oh man. You guys all get down to where you're starting. Man, that looks brutal. God. And the vibe you get for the compound is chaos. I mean, this is absolute, like, the guards aren't here. People are ransacking. Windows are broken. Like, the rule of law, as you guys have been up in the hotel and doing this battle, has gotten so great. Has gotten so intense that just like it is full. Anybody could do anything for any reason at any time. There's no safety and protection. There's lots of people that aren't even out on the streets because they don't want to risk it. And who is out is not doing good things. And I mean, I guess what I'd ask is everybody just to roll kind of an insight. If I could get all three of the players to roll insight, and then we'll just go from lowest to highest to kind of talk about this.
11.
Not nothing.
17.
But I'm scared.
20 million.
Insight is high. I hope. Yes.
I believe in you.
Let us see.
23.
23. Okay. Kubo, the thing you get with an 11, as you're looking about and you land, this place is not safe. The thing that you get is anybody in this nation, anybody in the Iagran Mountain, their lives are forfeit in a way that is very scary. There's no legal recourse for their deaths. There's no legal anything. If you die here, as this transition is happening, you just die, and there's nobody there to remember you. This is a bad place to be.
Okay.
Um,
I just want to know where the bathroom was so I could wash this juice off.
Yeah, as you're looking for the bathroom, you realize that.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh.
You open up a bathroom, you see a dead man has bled out in the bathroom before you in the stall.
Savage, will you spot me while I jump in the shower?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll spot you. He spots you as you jump in.
He's in my clothes, to be clear. I'm just rinsing off.
Yeah, fantasy running water is very useful. You do have running water in the spot. You do get to take a shower. And I mean, the whole manor is completely abandoned. So, like, I mean, you keep your eyes peeled that there's nobody in there to really hurt you. Kyle, the insight you get here is kind of the same thing. Is I guess what might be some like peace, I guess, in regards to your guilt when it came to the other Valshalines and the other, the Farah family people getting murdered. Like, even if you haven't done that, you basically you just made some of their deaths more certain than they would have been immediately afterward. Because whatever you guys did to any of these people, this great conflict would have started and hundreds of people would have died. Like this is something that you guys were a small trigger to a large boulder at the top of the hill. Like even if you guys had done nothing, this would have happened. There had been a lot of forces lining up to make this happen. And yeah, it's obviously totally. And I think that kind of the same insight that Kubo got, or like in a different way, the time to leave is now. You like things being lawless, you don't like feds, you don't like cops. This is beyond that. This is beyond organization. There is no community to turn to for justice, even in a grassroots concept. There is no street justice here. There is no nothing. There is death, and there is death with no echo or complaint. What would you be doing kind of to get your bearings as you land at this compound here?
Oh. Honestly, he'd probably end up just sitting on the roof, kind of watching shit burn and just kind of thinking about what we're going to do next. I mean, he's just next foot forward. He doesn't, I don't know. He's just trying to get through this at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be in the mood for like any kind of tinkering type stuff. I think he'd just be watching, looking up in the distance, probably not even really thinking about much, just kind of zoning out and waiting for the other shoe to continue dropping.
Yeah, and it is continuing to drop kind of further than anybody anticipated with this war. So that's a good way to say it. The second shoe to continue dropping. Leo, you get many of the same insights that Kyle and Kubo got in their own perspectives. But what I want to offer you is you see you're that worried about my cholesterol?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Cholesterol? There's no cholesterol in that.
Sorry, no, never. Too long a story to explain. Sorry to distract.
I just gave him that.
Yeah. Grab time. Okay. Kubo, Leo. Up until you were kidnapped, etc., and you started this new life, you lived at one of the nicest, preppiest, best colleges in Sheen City. You were rubbing elbows with some of the most wealthy people in the nation, and that had the money to send their kids to Magic College. That was because of your connections to your parents, that were basically well-paid war criminals that weren't war criminals prior to them becoming war criminals in this, these Geneva Acts. And the thing that I think that you get with this 23 is you're thinking about your target. You're thinking this next job. This is, my next job is to kill this Serenity person. And you realize Serenity is high class. Serenity is wealthy. Serenity is just one of those wealthy kids you went to college with. And you have seen so many of those people crumble under the pressure of being at a boarding school, be completely unable to handle things without their parents or their authority or, the wealth that the benefits that wealth has given them. The thing that you get on a 23 is whatever Serenity's doing, it is not doubling down. To Serenity, it doesn't matter how buff she is. It doesn't matter how holed up she is. This is a sinking ship. If the rebels don't come and kill her, Valshaline's army will. This is, she is fully Like, if she's smart. If she's deluded and she's stupid and she thinks that the Ogren Mountains could never fall or anything like that, then she'll hold out. That would be delusional. That would be an insane thing to think right now with the amount of information that's going on.
But what does it feel to me? Like, does it feel like she would like go down with the ship, or
that's the real ticket? And I even though you got a 23, I'm not like answering that question for you, but I'm saying what I'm saying is you have not bumped into anyone in your college experience that you'd consider insane. Basically, when the going got hard, they crumbled. They fled. They went crying home to mom. They got out of the situation. You've not seen anything in Serenity that tells you that she's different than that, and you've not seen any evidence that says she's insane. And so your thought is, this has gone beyond what it was when we thought she was going to be hunkering down. And I'm going to leave that to you guys to interpret, because this is wartime. You are hunting her, and hunting her involves a certain degree of uncertainty. I will not tell you for certain whether she's staying still or she's fleeing, but she's doing one or the other.
And she might not have killed Vespa. We might have like a little bit of time to figure it out. So
the elevator has collapsed.
Yeah, that was pretty big, and I have to imagine that they would know pretty quick on that one. Even with the amount of chaos, like we destroyed like major city infrastructure doing that.
Yeah, but in Maddie's defense here, and Kubo's defense here, like they saw the elevator collapse. They don't know if that's because Vespa killed you guys, or if that's because like they won't know the outcome because of the chaos of war for a while. They'll investigate it and they'll figure it out.
I just mean because we literally just landed, right? Like we just left the scene. I don't think they know immediately. Like they.
Still no. I mean, they wouldn't now. But I mean, I can't imagine it would take more than a few hours for like the body to get found. It's not like we went out of our way to hide it.
Well, we did cut off her glaive or gauntlets to take him off. I'm a little violent. It's okay. I'm just kidding. But no, I just feel a little bit better knowing that nobody's like right on our ass, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's on each other's ass. This is.
Yeah, I don't think we're being specifically pursued at the moment, for sure.
It's kind of like when in D&D tables that are kind of poorly constructed and they have like the random encounter stuff, where it's basically like if you just walk into the wilderness, there are a bunch of bandits that just want to beat the shit out of you, and it makes the world seem very hostile. Here is actually like that. If you walk out far enough, this is a nation at war. People will fuck you up. Yeah. So now it's kind of up to you to make decisions here. I'm going to throw in the back of my head what she is actually doing. And I'm going to make that decision and not change it. And how you guys proceed from here is up to you.
I'll rejoin you guys, I guess, with Savage. I just think it's also funny real quick that Savage is in there spotting Kubo, and then Kubo starts to like cry, like the Tobias gift. And I can just imagine he's just saying there like, I don't know what my life has become. Like, I don't know. Sorry.
Savage or Kubo?
Savage. Oh, both of them. But I don't know. I'm not Savage, but I just think it would be funny. But as I rejoin you guys, I think I would just remind everybody that this coin here, it will lead me in the direction of Serenity, but that's like, it's not going to tell me like exactly where. It's just like hot, cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also would like a long rest, but I'm willing to get out there if needed. Also, Kubo is dripping wet because he went to the shower clothed. Like his braids are still in, but I'm just like, he's just dripping. He's just like slightly shivering, but like not in danger. He's just like.
So with me having seen the army approaching, do I have a rough estimate of how long I think it'll take for them to continue marching and actually reach the city?
I
can't remember if he told me. If he did, I didn't write it down.
So no, I mean this was the one that was on the counter over there. I just didn't realize. Okay. So I would have you roll. This is a really specific check. I'm going to say just roll an intelligence check. Just a raw intelligence. Not like history or,
Ow. Can I do a
12?
look to see where she is?
12. I'm gonna say it's kind of like a mental calculus, and you can't be 100% sure. 2 days at the most. 2 days if they are taking their time, not rushing themselves. They are just, like finding their way in, fighting their way in, securing bases, like doing things correct militarily. If they were just running, then it would be like a day. Like if they were just like, if there was a smaller individual parties, but these are large battalions. And so it's somewhere between a day and 2 days.
What would she do with the seal? Will that, like, that sounds silly, but if she takes the seal with her, would they run or would they hold up? That doesn't help at all. I apologize.
It's the real emotional costs that really matter here.
Seal lore.
Seal lore.
Can I do like just a luck roll to see if I can get like a feeling, like
you want to
where
use your
the
seal
coin is?
senses?
Yeah.
So you're
You
like,
seal
flipping it.
senses?
I'm not flipping it, but yeah, like if it's like a vague or more.
yeah, roll to yeah. This is a luck check.
D20?
Yeah, do a D20. I'll roll a D100.
Oh, good. What do we get? A 6. Great.
You hold it out. You try to like feel with your senses. And he didn't like explicitly say there was a certain range to the coin, but you do not feel any disturbance in the coin's movement.
Kubo
As you
goes.
know from sense.
Oh. Kubo goes, wait, fuck, I can do this. And I try to just cast, well, never mind, maybe this doesn't actually matter, but I can also just cast Detect Good and Evil.
What's the range?
That
on
works
it?
like that is a range of 60 feet.
That's not really helpful right now, I guess. Where'd it go? Sorry.
It's usually features and traits.
Oh my god, thank you.
Divine sense.
Oh, it's Divine Sense. 60 feet.
Was it 60 feet?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use one for fun.
You use it.
I get 2 others.
You get a faint sensation of divinity from Savage, as he's celestial. He's a Asimar. That's kind of the only thing you get. I don't know if Leo is still combined with the snake, but you sense that Leo snake is just full on a demon, just a full on demon. And that's kind of all you get.
Kubo goes, well, that's all I got.
Maybe some small, like poultry house ghosts that are in the surrounding neighborhood, something like that.
Can I ask them? Can I go, oh, ghost, do you know where Serenity is?
I think my silence speaks volumes there. I don't think
Kubo goes, I could use a nap. I could use a nap. Yeah,
So, what we could do. What time of day is it right now?
It is very. This would normally be kind of dead of night territory, but because they've continued kind of the magical light situation, like filtering moonlight and stuff, it is brighter in here than it would normally be. So it is pretty much like after sundown, night.
After hours.
After hours.
I love
What if we go for Vaucheline first instead of Serenity?
Honestly, that'd be fine. It's around the castle anyways, right?
You're closer to Vaucheline right now than you are Serenity.
Yeah. I mean, best case scenario, maybe they're okay. I say this hesitantly. Best case scenario, I guess they either were working together or he knows where she went or something. Worst case scenario, there is no worst case. I guess we just take him out first.
Well, what I'm kind of thinking is more like, okay, well, his, big fucking army is going to show up in like a couple days, maybe even tomorrow. And, it's going to be a lot harder to get at him if we have to like go through an entire like army encampment rather than try and hit him before they show up. And then hell, I don't know their internal political structure, but that could end up, causing the army to turn on itself. That's what happened with a lot of the Roman legions and shit all the time. So, it might create an opportunity with the putting a power vacuum at the top of that.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever. Just whatever y'all want to do.
And it also delays our decision of whether we're embracing Kubo's dad becoming a god, which I still can't.
Well, the good news is I don't know if he becomes one or not now. I just know if we kill her, we finish.
Right. If we kill Serenity, and then and then
like Kubo's already
Leo
told
has Jophiel on the hook or whatever, then the weird stuff starts happening.
So this conversation is happening in media res as well, right? This is kind of the deliberations that are happening.
If you want to talk, I feel like I've had people say this once before, but I think he would just say again, like, yeah, we can just get back to Remalin, and I kind of don't care. I just want to finish up business here. I want the people here to be okay. I don't have to worry about Serenity or Remalin, and I want to see my sister. I want to see my family, my two Savage, and I want to see my girlfriend.
Savage kind of holds up his hand and he goes, hey, my brother is a saint. I sure as hell ain't. And if you guys want to kill Lord Valshaline, feel free. I'm going to use that time and get more information on Serenity because she's my target.
On God?
I'm not helping you with Lord Valshaline. I told you from first day out.
Okay.
So I will go secure Serenity. We'll figure out how we can reconnect afterward, but I'm not touching that. And so I hope you guys succeed. I imagine you will, frankly, after that fucking horrifying display. But I'm not doing it.
Do you want the coin?
You want to give me the coin?
Do not flip it. But
I won't flip
I'll
it.
tell you where to go. Is it? You remember you were on the call with Dad?
I was on the call.
There was no. You heard it right.
He
You
puts it
muted
in
me
his
for some
pocket.
reason. It was awkward, but anyways, yeah.
So he takes the coin. If you guys would like to roll insights on him here, feel free to do so if anybody does. The other thing I want to say here, and kind of he would confirm with you, is Kyle is right. Lord Valshaline is more. He's not much more vulnerable than he normally be, but he is more vulnerable than he normally be, because what he probably would keep around him is anywhere from 4 to 8 of those Warforged and the spellcaster that tried to cast a disintegrate on Kyle. And so that spellcaster,
he has those Warforged too. They're not unique to Yagran. That's a Valshaline thing too.
So Valshaline does have them in his land, but he has a Yagran. I'm gonna kind of pull down the screen here. They are the same stats as the one you fought before, but they're not peacekeeping, they are in termination.
We still have B with us too.
Yeah.
I mean, she's done more damage than the Savages so far.
No, laughs at B, laughs at Savage.
Shots fired.
No offense, brother. No offense. I apologize if that was rude.
Yeah, it's fine. And so basically getting to Lord Valshaline would probably be a more classical assassination in the fact of killing him and getting out than it has been for a lot of these individuals.
Honestly, that might be kind of nice given everything we've been up against.
But the spellcaster is no joke. And you know that too, Kyle. I mean, she's got disintegrates and more powerful stuff under her hood. Leo can handle a lot of stuff, but it probably would end up being juicier than what's going on so far.
If we don't rest, I could maybe cast Beacon of Hope twice.
I think we're gonna have to do a long rest, but we need to, like, as the non-combat time that you're allowed to spend with that, we need to spend it making a pretty concrete plan on exactly what we're gonna do.
Do you want to say the characters take a long rest and we plan right now?
Yeah, we can.
That's probably.
So everyone bunks down. It's kind of funny because you guys are used to bunking down in shitty taverns or in like Gorm's house. That's not nice. And this place has ample beds, plush furnishings, like full pantries that haven't been, like totally ravaged.
Nice.
Things been stole out of. So it's like you're kind of glamping a little bit in this guy's castle. But I will say there's no immediate threat here. Normally, this would be the belly of the beast. You guys would be fucked sideways anywhere you went. The government is failing its people fully. People are gone. So yeah, you guys are resting. Feel free to do some planning. I can even give you guys some privacy if you want.
I'm kind of down to be told whatever. I think I know that B is really good at hitting stuff, and I think I can be better at hitting stuff, but I also have that beacon of hope. And the main reason I mentioned that we could use it is that basically it just gives you advantage on wisdom saving throws, and if we're dealing with a lot of wizardry and magic, that could be good. But I will listen to your guys' thoughts.
Well, I mean, one way or another, we need some degree of scouting done to know exactly what we're doing. But I think trying to avoid direct confrontation is going to be nice, and we could. So there's a lot of different ways we can go about that. I mean, classic distraction and then sneaking from behind, or we can just try to do it entirely stealthy. I
also
think.
have scores of protection. Sorry, keep talking, guys. I didn't mean to be rude.
No, you're good.
I was to say, if you want stealth, I can send 3 snakes in there invisible.
Yeah, that's kind of that was going to be kind of more or less what I was going to ask, if you had something that you could, because I do it myself, but it's dangerous, especially with them having spellcasters and stuff around. Whereas if your snakes die, who cares?
Ooh,
Well, I need a long rest for them to come back, but yeah, okay.
So do it before we start our long rest that we're doing right now.
Okay, so as we're doing this, DM, I will send my 3. Well, first I will cast invisibility on 1 snake, which will cause the others to also become invisible.
Okay.
And the 3 shall travel
Your class
and
is so
scout.
balanced. I'm gonna say that real quick.
And scout. They're all one being, but they could just multiply. But it is balanced, because if you kill one, you kill them all.
So
Sure,
you're
that's why.
you're sitting in your chair, like getting ready for bed, and then you send your snakes out, and it's very much like you close your eyes and you can just see his pupils moving underneath his eyelids. It's kind of like fast memory situation here. You don't need to roll any stealth saves or anything like that all the way up to the castle, and you kind of get the same picture of desolation, death, fire, people on petards. You're gonna have to pass along those to get to where you're going. A lot of people suffer. You get to the castle. There are right outside the building 4 of those Warforged. That's just first off, just point of entry. Those Warforged. Your snakes are invisible. They are also small and not really perceived as a threat. They are very easily able to get past the Warforged into the inner area. This is where I'm going to need you to start making stealth rolls, and we're going to do with advantage and +5 because they're invisible.
Oh damn! Ooh.
But there is some detect magic going on in here, the kind of stuff that caught Tiggles, and so they're going to be rolling with advantage and have a lot of bonuses as well.
Okay, so do I have to roll the snakes individually, or do I do one group roll?
I think you have to roll the snakes individually. That's how the
Okay.
group stealth pass works.
Got you. Okay, so this is the first one with advantage. Oh, whoops. Okay, first one with advantage. 16.
+5.
No, that's the +5. That's 10. I already have +5 already, so
Okay.
plus the other 5 is 10. And now the second snake with advantage, 27.
Okay.
And third snake with advantage, 21. So that's 16, 27, and 21.
Because you're able to you go around and you realize you haven't started any alarms. I'm gonna say that you get these snakes, like explore the castle. You've been there once before, so you kind of have a lead on where to go. And you get into kind of in a central room where the snake is invisible. And you see that in this room, it is just the mage and Lord Vaucheline. As you're going in, you see that there are, you can't number them exactly, but there are Warforged inside the building as well. But eventually you find, one of your snakes finds the room where this wizard and Lord Vaucheline is at. And it looks like they are on hardcore magical lockdown. Basically, this room is like they're doing detect magics throughout the building. She is looking like she is basically like his main point of defense until the army comes. And once the army comes, they have a lot more resources. but she is taking this extremely seriously, this elven woman. And Lord Valshline kind of just looks like this is like an extended vacation. He looks kind of bored. He's lived way longer than he has any right to. He doesn't expect any change in that. I will say, because you got really high with the snake roll, and this is the thing, if you go into this room, magical detection will pick you up. Like your snake cannot get in this room without her detecting there's an invisibility spell in this room.
So are you kind of relaying what you're seeing to like Kyle as he,
Oh no, it's what they
body?
can see.
I know, but are you relaying what they see to us for like feedback?
If they're telling me back, yeah.
Well, right. So yeah, whatever they're seeing, you're
yeah,
basically seeing, and then you're telling us what you're seeing.
Well, I'm not seeing it. They're just telling me.
Try and find the rooms above and below, and see what those look like.
Okay, so I'm gonna do one go up, one go down.
Okay. In the room above, you see that it looks like the majority of the Warforged are on the upper floor, so they can get visual and see, when things like approach the building. And so up above, the room above directly is just like an additional ballroom. And so the floor, like the room that they're in under, is just like a square of the ballroom, basically. If you had to like draw a line up and down, I'm trying to create a laser grid vision of kind of what this room sits in as. And then beneath, there's actually kind of dressing room, servants' quarters, lots of different things until eventually you get back to the dungeon where the route you came in. And you don't see nearly so much, security there, especially not Warforged, but it looks like there are servants. There are, non-Valshline, non-Farah family servants that are kind of using this as an opportunity to stay safe during the war. And they're kind of huddled down there eating different food, like just basically grateful that they're able to survive down here while all this crazy shit is going down. And so when it comes to specifics, like it sits in between two different slave quarters right beneath that room. They've picked kind of like a concrete box in between these two, the ballroom and these servant quarters.
Concrete. Roughly, how are they able to detect one way or another roughly how thick the concrete is in that room?
Oh,
I mean, I don't know.
Roll me a perception check for your snake, and I'm also going to need you to roll another stealth check to stay in here this long, and not get detected. Group
okay,
stealth.
so for all of them, right? Okay, so let me do the stealth first. With advantage still, right? Yeah.
Still with advantage, +5.
Okay. So first one, 18. Second one, 26. Third one,
Damn.
30.
Damn.
And not 20. Okay.
Yeah, not 20.
That one's inside the matrix.
And then right.
You have to beat a 20 with all of them there, and you beat it with 2. So yeah, you're doing great.
Perfect. And you said a perception? Or what did you want me to roll?
Perception check to see if you can kind of get a feel for how thick this concrete is. This is a very loose number. You're definitely not going to get anything that's going to go into a calculator here.
Okay, so this is only one snake that went in there. So I'm running for one.
One snake.
That's an 18.
With an 18, it's very hard to confirm this. It is at least 5 feet. It is at most 10. This is a concrete panic box.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we blow it up?
We can go inside.
No, we can't blow it up.
Yes.
But something that big with that much concrete is going to be very, very heavy. What we can do is destroy the supporting structures and cause the box to fall, fighting on a much lower level, farther away from the Warforged.
I'll be alright with that. I don't want to have
Potentially.
I'm not gonna lie. So this will be good. We're gonna do a good job, but I am afraid.
So we have to maintain some semblance of stakes here. And I love these snakes. I love the summoner class. And I am so glad that I have established the summoners as war criminals because the amount of things you can do and the flexibility you have is wild. It is.
It's the action economy is really honestly everything else would honestly be fine. It's the action economy.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I'm going to need you to make one more stealth check with your snakes to basically get out without detection and not leave some trace that you've been found out here.
Run free, 27 for the first, 25 for the second, and 28 for the third.
That was even a 23, thing you had to pass, and you did. So they're rolling with advantage +5 as well. The snakes are able to flee out. Man, you really are kind of a spy, like sleeper agent. Like the Remalin government could even say it was a bunch of gangsters that had our summoner.
Oh yeah, no,
we didn't send the summoner to your nation to destabilize your government. That was gangsters.
We are totally able to be disavowed. That is 110% true. Like we're the perfect choice for this.
Honestly, I've made Boren looks much smarter than he is because of kind of what's happening. But yeah, you pull the snakes out. You don't sense any amount of detection. Your snakes were able to go in and out, see these different Warforged, and that's kind of that. You're able to get out and you can dispel them without fear of them being obvious magically.
Go back home.
Return from whence you came. Okay, so
continue our conversation. Okay, so yes.
what I'm thinking. Okay, so yeah, no. I think we need to stealthily plant grenades on some sort of time on a time release setup to blow up the room beneath it, or at least its supports. Because I mean, anything like 5 to 10 feet of concrete, that's gonna require a lot of support. The second that's gone, it's gonna crash through all of the lower levels, and then we can fight it on the ground floor. And don't get me wrong, like the Warforged are still gonna show up eventually, but we don't know necessarily how they're gonna react once he's dead. I mean, they might even just deactivate. We might have to just flee. But either way, I think we're buying a decent amount of time where we can basically engage in a cage match with him and the mage, which isn't necessarily going to be easy. I don't know what actually. So that's actually can I make like a history check to see what Kyle knows about his dad's combat capabilities? Or
yeah, and I'll use this as kind of a lore dump as well. So I'll kind of go over basic information too.
Yeah.
How far is the cube from ground level?
I'm gonna use a luck on this one actually because I don't like that being low.
Say what again?
There we go. 20.
How far is the cube from ground level?
Well, okay.
Like from outside.
I'm gonna say that the cube is 2 stories up, but about 2 stories below you, where you get to where the dungeon is like reasonably solid enough to support the weight of the room. And so you basically, it would stop somewhere in the dungeon. There's no way to know exactly where, but if you guys do manage to like take out the bottom 2 floors of supports and it falls, it's going to land in somewhere in the dungeon, hypothetically, if you pull this off.
How long are the floors? Are they like 10 feet tall?
I think 10 feet. These are palatial. This is a palatial, beautiful like place. I think 10 feet at least is reasonable.
So do you guys want to go directly stealth inside the box? Because we could do that.
So what I'm actually thinking is I mean we need to stealth up underneath it. And we're gonna need with the servants. I don't have a direct plan. I mean, Kyle's plan would be try and go through probably in disguises of just like as peasants. And just
you don't want to go just from the outside?
Well, So how far in? I kind of assumed like if it's a panic room, it's probably not like a window room.
Definitely
that's,
not.
like near the end. It's probably I assume it's pretty far inside.
Internal
Yeah.
building. Like
Right.
this is where they go to flee, and if things got bad enough.
So would it be further than
I-
like 20
I
feet
think-
from ground level?
We've got 20 feet up from ground level, and it would fall past ground level and into the dungeon some depth.
Oh yeah, so there, let's go inside. I have an ability pass wall. 20 feet deep tunnel just like forms. We could do it just from outside the building and then go straight into the tunnel.
Well,
Like a dimension door us through. And then we're in.
It
1v1.
maybe, but I mean, outside, then we have like war. I'm assuming there's Warforged patrolling the ground and stuff like that.
Stealth.
If we go in through the tunnels, that's gonna then there's no line of sight with the Warforged. You're just dealing with the peasants.
Tunnels.
Well, the tunnel closes, like it won't leave a mark or anything. Like it immediately shuts behind.
I know how pass wall works.
Yeah, so they won't. If we stealth, they won't see us go in. So the only person that will know that we're there is the person in the cube, with us three in there too. Kicking
I mean,
ass.
we can.
I don't know.
I
Whatever,
think-
whatever, whatever you want to kill your dad with.
So here's the. So. Okay. I mean, if we did that, we'd be able to potentially get in, and there are some advantages to this approach rather than blowing up the thing and separating it, because presumably it's a panic room. It has a big nasty door that can be locked and keep the Warforged out, and then we're just fighting those two straight up.
How big are the Warforges?
The Warforged are huge.
They almost one-shot Savage. That
Like 14 feet? Like how huge?
14 feet's a good number. 10 to 14.
Yeah.
Huge,
Yeah.
huge means
20 by
16, but no, that's gargantuan. Huge is
Oh,
15. So to be large or to be huge, its biggest dimension, which in the case of a biped would be height, has to be at least 16 feet.
No, then I think that large is fair. I'm picturing 10 by 10 feet.
Damn.
So let's just throw a rock at it and see what we can do. I mean, I doubt that in this session you can actually kill him, but maybe we'll get lucky.
Right. I mean, this session is more going to be the planning and maybe getting to the fight. I don't think we're going to actually take him down tonight unless this is shockingly easy.
So
what was the result of the history check on his capabilities?
I want to get into that. So to bring this all full circle, as you guys are finished this conversation, Savage kind of has his like knapsack over his shoulder, kind of gives a salute to Kubo and you guys. Says, you guys are crazy, but if you pull it off, Serenity's going to be even easier, right?
Yeah, and then I think Kubo would be like, bro, I just wanted you to thank you for all your support and help this trip. It's been a fucking wild ride, and I'm just so glad that I've had you in my life.
Don't
And
die.
thanks for all the great conversations.
The door is closed. Liz doesn't continue the conversation.
Kubo's like, wow, really growing.
Going all the way back to the car ride we had.
Savage has just grown, guys, so much as like a person. It's really cool to see that.
I just totally snubbed Kyle. So what you get with the history check, and this is going to be a bit of a lore dump. Torellin, you guys were at Courage, you guys have seen this stuff. Torellin's history is largely much like Europe here, where the history of Europe is mostly the history of Great Britain royally taking advantage of and ruling with an iron fist and colonizing and brutalizing and
that's a misconception actually about inside of Europe itself.
Interesting. Well,
because that's what they did. That's what they did like much later with like especially like lower tech areas. France and Britain were being dicks. The HRE was being a giant dick. Czech the go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I'm after. I just had a comment. I wanted to say that before I took the long rest, Kubo blessed Savage before he left.
Okay.
Aww.
Yeah. So I don't mean to stop your.
I know that's fine. Go ahead.
The presumption that people have about Great Britain and the rest of Europe is actually the reality for Torellen. And Lord Valshaline and his army, and his armies and his magicians are kind of what's to blame for most of the magical atrocities in Torellen. Like Porridge, all these places, if you were to point at the least common denominator for all of these terrible things, especially that happened magically in Torellen, the Valshaline Empire, the Valshaline family is what's caused it. Lord Valshaline, your father, is a noble, and there have been progenitors to him, and even in his own life, prior to him reaching 2000 to 2500, he's incredibly old. He did have an incredible history of being a spellcaster and a mage and a warrior, but he's so old, and he has gone through so many lifetimes. You had heard that when you threw that grenade before that you had almost killed him. That is true. He is frail. He is frankly kind of to the point of being retired in any reasonable context, and he has not bothered to maintain his skills. He probably hasn't been a threat in combat for 300 plus years. He is fully just let himself relax, go slack, lose track of all of his magical abilities. He has ruled with an iron fist and not cared to do anything. His mage is kind of the culmination of those 2,500 years. Not a lot of people in Torellen have magic. She
Is
does.
that bitch my sister?
In the context of being your half sister, relative.
Right.
I was getting creepy vibes.
She's kind of a battle mage. I don't think we'd ever established her as looking like a Valshaline. She is a Valshaline army, a high-ranking army mage, and is very old, but she is not related to you. She's not related, and because in that context, she could kill Lord Valshaline and get an upgrade in her ranking in the throne.
That might have been where I was going with that. Yeah.
But the thing to keep in mind, the biggest thing that's keeping him alive is that wisdom saving throw protection.
He has that shit too.
He has that shit too. He is the leader of the Valshaline nation.
It's a good thing I'm coming along. Holy shit. All right.
But the biggest thing that and this is kind of what you get with the 20 that is fancy and then kind of exciting in a weird way. A lot of magic, this horrific magic that's in the world of Torellen, that's in this place, is connected to the seat of power. It's kind of each magical contract has its stipulations and has its thing. And for a lot of these old ancient atrocities of magic, the seat or the foundational premise upon which that contract is made is Lord Valshaline's life, because it's assumed he's untouchable. And so there's this kind of larger conversation that's kind of unclear. If he were to die naturally, would this happen? If the seat would transfer normally, because he does have children that are still alive that aren't bastards.
Okay.
But shit. Yeah, if you kill him, there's a very likely rationale that a lot of really nasty magic will become undone throughout Torellen.
Okay.
And that is kind of a side benefit to this, that it's a whole magical nest of worms, and you can't know for sure that all these problems will get undone, but some of them probably will.
So as we've been killing the Fair family, are people who were cursed and stuff getting uncursed?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I feel better.
You were looking away from the mic as you spoke. I couldn't hear you.
She said she feels better.
I feel better because then it means that remember when we were in Purge and a bunch of people were cursed?
Right. Yeah. No.
As we've been killing the Farah family, a bunch of people have become uncursed throughout Yogurt. I love it.
And this is something that Leo, you might know as well, that kind of foundational to Remalin magic and Remalin spellcraft is this concept of not doing that. It's kind of how American constitutional law is based on premise, but also not just the arbitrary rule of kings. Same thing magically. In Remalin, making some horrific curse that's based on some unalterable fact of the government would be foolish and stupid, and is half of what you're training as a mage is in Remalin. These are from some very foundational contradictory beliefs between Remalin
Good.
and Shirella.
I love it. Let's keep going, team. I would like to try to get into the castle if you can. No pressure.
Unless we die by the 17 war forges waiting for us.
We all immediately die. It's like, well, this has been a nice campaign.
I said 4 to 18. I didn't say
You
that
said
was-
uncountable.
4 to 8. Excuse me, not 4 to 8.
But there weren't any in that room.
There weren't any in the room. That is true.
All right.
So I
Allegedly.
mean, and I mean, why would you? I mean, you're in the panic room. It makes sense to, leave certain things out of it, like the garden. And
So wait,
I
are
don't
we
know.
past
I
walling?
think the pass wall route is the way to go. But the first thing we need to do the second we get in there is close the fucking door.
Okay.
To the pass wall?
Like, when
No.
you guys-
Well,
I
I mean,
do it.
I mean, stop concentrating on that instantly. But no, the first thing we need to do when we get in there is close the door from the panic room to the rest of the damn place.
Oh, I thought it would be ready.
That needs to be the very first thing that we do, because that keeps the Warforged from getting in, and then we're just dealing with Vaucheline and the mage. And if Vaucheline's as squishy as he is, if we kill him quick, maybe we can talk the mage down, or maybe we have to, fight it out. Who knows?
We'll probably have to kill her.
Probably. I mean,
I
game mechanics, yeah, I understand that's probably what's going to happen. But logically, Kyle would think,
Kyle, I hate to
reasonably.
break it, I respect it, but at this point, Kubo is willing to do whatever it takes to make it home to see his girlfriend again and Deza. That sounds darker, not like a genocide or something or massacre. I'm just saying he's willing to kill
considering we're literally in the world of we're literally in the middle of World War II. Yeah, you got to be careful when you were just saying like, oh yeah, no, I'll do whatever it takes.
I'm willing to kill the man. Make sure we can
I'll
all
do
get
whatever
out
it
of their
takes. I'll even kill all the men, women, and children if I have to
I
save all
become
the men, women, and
Anakin. I
children.
become Anakin. Yeah, nice. Okay.
This is
But with that being said, can we start to head out? Is there anything else we need to talk about? Can we
Wait. What's Kyle's base movement speed?
He can go
base is
230.
35 normally.
What's your movement speed? Yours is 35? Or is it higher?
What?
Mine's 35
Yeah.
base.
And then Kubo, what's yours?
I functionally have an extra move, and then with the kinetic jaunt thing, it's an extra 10
He
feet.
has 40 feet of movement.
Okay, no, because I just want to know because my
Really?
snakes, if they
These are
double, it'll be
powerful.
160 movement, and they have hands to close the door. So I
have
can
hands?
do the pass wall, and they can speed up to close the door for you.
Snakes don't have hands.
They have claws. These are my
Mm,
snaky
They're
claws. Well, they have
not.
claws. I don't know. They have a claw attack. I bought a claw
Closest
attack.
thing we have to that is like pelvic spurs on male boas.
Okay,
All right, guys, let's go.
so
Okay.
here's one other thing I want to suggest to you guys, and this is like me being fully disclosure. Invisibility is a what is it? Gosh, a non-detection, like a stealth spell by design. Pass wall is a transmutation spell. Once you guys go through, yes, the door changes back to normal and everything is the same. There's some like magical transportation here happening, but casting it and leaving the spell, it is a much noisier spell than invisibility. And so using that will totally get you in, but you might be had by the mage, if not by anybody else. The mage has a very, very sharp magical sense. I would totally allow Josh to attempt to soften that, to attempt to either use up a spell slot, like an additional lower level spell slot, something to that effect to try and cast it stealthily, but definitely not at a advantage +5.
You guys
Yeah,
are
no, that's fine. I mean, honestly, we need to just get through that portion of it really quickly, and then it just turns into the cage match.
We just kind of got to get to it. I think that once we get to it, the team of us all, like B has that mage whatever thing that she has the reaction. I think we can handle this. We just actually have to get there. So if we can actually make our way towards it and just at least start today, I think we can feel better next time for sure. To at least
Leo, try all of your 3+ spell slots, honestly, are now dedicated to counterspell, by the way. Not all of them and stuff, but like seriously, like you keep your reaction around for counterspelling that mage.
No, I just want to make sure I even had it.
You need to make because that's okay. First of all, that is the most important spell in the game, and
Hey, I don't know. Maybe if I want to get spider climb, who knows?
I wouldn't blame you.
I don't want to fly. I want to just climb like a spider sometimes.
Power right in the kisser.
On the floor, dead. Just stewing. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
And then I crawl on all fours and I run out.
As we go, I do think Kubo would say, I'm assuming we're at the back, like following you guys. I think he'd tell B, basically like, hey, like, should everyone die and somehow you're still alive? Please just try to find like Savage or something. Maybe he can get you out of here. You don't deserve to die for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good pep talk.
Yeah, this person is effectively a mercenary for you. It's kind of like yeah, that's the request. That's what you want. Yeah.
I just don't want you to die for no reason. Let's go.
You guys continue through. It's kind of interesting because before you guys have been here for a while. You went out as nobles, then you went out stealthily, then you went out in war, and now you guys can basically just like you could free run there. I mean, there's no real legal stuff in the way. You guys know that you
Kyle yells parkour as he goes over like very very unstealthy.
You guys get making the way, and this is the next day, right? So this is like you guys have all gotten a long rest. You guys are all sleeping. The battle has progressed to a place where there is like a sterile calmness. There is a battle happening far off.
A little bit of a stalemate.
Explosions. But yeah, there's not people running around and like looting as much anymore. People have found their holes and they're sitting in them.
Nice.
And they're waiting to see what goes wrong. I'll say that yeah, you guys don't know the fate of Gorm, but he is eagerly waiting for his
I've been keeping him in my mind. I'm not Kyle doesn't back down on his damn promises.
Nice. You guys continue along. You guys know that you're close when you see the bodies on the cards, and then you see the city walls. And the bodies have been up there for about 2-3 days now. The smell is horrific. It's starting to pass from sterile blood and guts to rotting flesh.
I still flip it off and say last one standing.
Yeah.
I think B goes, all right. B is like,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
It's just his family now. We're killing.
Great.
It's just his family we're killing.
Just,
My dad next guy.
Just on our way to commit patricide and regicide. Just
Well,
no.
she killed
Nothing.
both of her parents. I don't really think she judges. Like, you know.
Your dad next.
So you guys see clearly there are Warforged in lookout positions as well as guard positions in the area. These are some group stealth checks to get in, even to the wall where you can use pass wall.
Oh my god. Who wants to do it? I don't.
It's group stealth
What,
checks.
stealth checks?
Okay.
Yep.
We'll love that for us.
I got to roll one for B too. B got an 11 on the die.
Kubo got a 10. So she gets 14. I got a 10. Good for me. I'm going to die. Can't win them all.
What did everybody else? What did everybody else get?
I got bad.
So far we've got a 16, a 10.
Oh, 20. Okay, never mind. I was scared. I know, I got a +2. That's why.
We got
Damn
a
it, not any better.
10, 14.
Alrighty.
You enter into the courtyard. You have visual on one of the Warforged, and you know you're not detected by that one. You don't see anything that's screaming detection. There are a couple moments where you're like, oh gosh, we're in a compromising position, but there's no alarms going off. There's nothing coming to approach you. I'm gonna say,
Just for fun, if we get to the door, I want to cast Shield of Faith before we go through that wall.
okay.
For Kubo. I have a bad feeling about it.
As you guys get closer to the wall, you do see a Warforged looking around, but it does not spot you guys. You guys manage to stay outside of its line of sight as you're walking around. There's no indication that you've been detected. I will say you get to the wall, and if you'd like to pass wall, this is the time to do it, Josh. I am willing to, if you burn an additional first level spell slot, I will let you roll a stealth check to try and beat her stuff. If you want to make me an offer for a higher level spell to make it more silent, totally game. But she is going to be rolling to detect magic.
I don't know how's an AC. For 10 minutes.
Also,
I'm cool.
before we run in and close and do the door close thing, the second pass wall gets cast. I'm gonna actually throw 2 grenades in the room,
Like into the building.
Like through the pass wall?
into the pass wall, into the room. I'm gonna throw 2 grenades first, and then we follow in, close the door.
So do you want to do like a super quick
It's
follow?
a readied action functionally.
Like, do you want to be flung in, or should we just be like safely go in?
For pass wall, no, that's not that.
Isn't it with pass wall if you go
Basically,
in?
we're trying to throw those grenades into the destination room. You're trying to throw
Yeah.
the grenades, and then
Yeah.
they will get into
Right?
the
Yeah, no, because the path wall, the pass wall is functionally ends up being like, you know,
It's a tunnel basically. It's like a
yeah,
one
right.
tunnel.
So I just throw those in, and then they blow up inside the room.
And so we're trying to pass wall. You weren't trying to get into the panic room. You were trying to get into
Yes.
the building at large.
No, pass walls
Wait.
going into pass walls were going into the actual room.
Yeah, like it just creates a tunnel 20 feet long, like through the 2 stories, and the tunnel just opens up.
Oh, so you're trying to like walk into the same room that Lord Valshaline and the Mage are in.
CC, senor.
Basically.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what we settled on after he did the pass wall. Yeah.
Yeah, it just takes us straight in, skip everything from outside. That's what I was asking. I was like, oh, 20 feet, so 10 feet each floor. I was like, oh, perfect. So we can just go in. We can just go
Well,
in.
I don't know if we can necessarily do it from the ground floor. 'Cause I think
That's what I
it
said.
still
I was
needs
like,
to go-
I was like, from the ground.
It needs to go through a solid surface still the whole way. So
Yeah,
it would be like
go
20
up.
feet off the ground, and then we'd have to like climb up and go through the pass wall. You can't. We can't
Right.
like it's not a pass wall in the sense that like it's a teleportation spot through the empty air of the 2 floors of building. No,
That's what I was saying
We-
about. We should close it halfway. If we're over half and shut it off, whatever side you're closest to, you're flung out to that side.
Okay, but you can't choose to end that spell early. It ends after an hour.
Oh, I can't. I thought it's concentration. I can't stop concentrating.
No, there is no concentration. There is a set duration. The only thing you could do to get rid of it early would be to cast Dispel Magic on it.
Dispel magic.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah. I mean, oh,
If it matters that much, I can cast Dispel Magic, or would you rather I keep it for the mage?
no, you should
So-
keep.
Yeah, you are level 11.
So I wanna clarify something and kind of talk about some limitations here. I don't want to call you guys out. I'm not saying like this is bad planning or anything, but I did say that the room was 2 stories up.
It is.
And so the pass wall would go 20 feet deep unless you decided to make the pass wall angled up. And even then, I don't think you'd be able to reach it.
Right, you wouldn't be able to do that because you wouldn't be passing through the wall. You'd be passing through the open air of like.
I thought I could
rooms
close it early.
between there.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
No, the way you need to do this, and which I thought we do, I guess, was no, it like 20 feet up the side of the wall. You do it in from the side of the building, and we have to just climb up that little bit of wall.
I see. So this is like a magical space where you're going into the door here, walking out the second story.
Yeah, like we're climbing the outer and inner wall at the same time. Like we're in between the walls.
That's very dope. I will totally let you do that up to the second floor. It will not be right into their room.
Okay, that's fine with
Is
me.
that all good?
Okay, so where do we come out of?
You would
Like,
come
what-
out basically into the building on the second floor,
But not in the box though.
but not in the box.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's actually better for us.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Because
Okay.
that means that like after we close the door, the panic room is functionally shut off to the point where
Okay. So now I'm gonna roll right now. Maddie can't look at this.
I'm not looking. I'm rolling my own.
Look at it.
Look
Use
at
your
it.
eyes.
I have a number down of the perception check the mage is going to be using to detect this pass wall. I need you to either burn a first level spell slot and roll a single stealth check with your normal stats as if you were stealthing, or go offer me a higher spell slot to try and roll a better stealth check.
So
don't roll and then
okay, so I'm gonna roll a. I guess I'll burn a second spell slot. That's the only thing I can do.
Okay.
All right, wait. Let me.
What level spell are you burning to do this?
Second level. So I roll with advantage now. Then
we'll say with advantage. I think that's fair.
okay.
Good luck.
Good
Oh
luck.
my god. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. That's a whole 5. It's a whole 5. First one.
So-
Oh, 21. I don't even need to burn it. Then.
I mean, the pass wall functionally would establish line of sight, right? To whatever I can see through it, or is it like a?
It is
I step in a pocket dimension, step out of a pocket dimension. So it
Yeah,
gives like a tunnel. Okay, all right.
So you have to throw them out of the other end of the pocket dimension.
Yeah.
So
Well, if that's not going straight in there, that may not be how I do this. We'll see how things play out. I have
I mean, I
ideas.
can't pass wall again.
I have a lot of ideas.
We can make a hole.
So Leo, you cast the spell, you burn an additional amount of your internal magical reserve and attempt to cast this stealthily, which is not something you've been trained to do, not something that is common training to be able to do. This is an improvisational magical effect you're trying to do to stealthily create this passage. You complete this passageway. The inside looks like it's made out of stone, just like the wall. You guys are able to walk through as if you're walking vertically, and when you open up the next door, it is as if you are walking out of the wall on the second floor.
Can I start to cast Aura of Courage once we approach the panic room?
So where exactly do we come out? Are we like right outside the room, right inside the room, in the room next to the room, in a hallway outside the room?
I'm going to say that you are about 40 feet off from the room internally, about 2 or 3 rooms off. Above you is the ballroom. There are windows on either side. You kind of came in out of this improvised door out of the way, and it would be pretty easy to walk over to the panic room.
Before we enter in, let me know. Kubo gives a little thing like, "Oh, we got this," and he will start the Aura of Courage.
Starting the Aura of Courage.
Oh, sorry, just protection actually.
So people get that automatic.
Yeah, I think +2 bonus to all saving throws is more important.
Kinetic, yeah. So, triggering kinetic jaunt for my non-combat round here.
Yeah.
That already established. You said it's 40 feet.
Hey, I'm gonna pull some shit here because you guys were detected and I didn't let you know.
I know.
So we're gonna calculate this, and then we're gonna end. And I want you guys to keep track of where your characters are at. This kind of all happens at once. First off, I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Everybody gets a +2 to that, right?
Everybody gets +2 to that.
Oh shit.
Second off, you hear you hear the sound of Warforged
Yeah,
feet coming after you.
You.
No, I need to check saves.
Better. 30. And I'm
Yeah, figured. Oh, and then +2. Okay, well. I died, guys. Well.
Maybe you didn't.
Well. Don't look up at the screen. Don't look at your screen. It's a 10. There's an extra 1. I mean 0. Yes.
Okay. Now I'm gonna be mean here. And I'm gonna make this be a hard hit right off the top. So, Kyle, you
30.
What'd you get?
I got a 30 on my dex save.
30. If you get 17 or higher, you pass.
Okay.
Which means you take half damage. Roll for B as well.
I already did. She got a 13. People got a 28.
Okay. If you pass, you take 20 damage. If you fail, you take 40. As a
Actually,
fireball-
I'm also going to use uncanny damage, uncanny dodge to give myself resistance to it, so it's actually 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Kyle, outside of line of sight from you, or from Kyle outside of line of sight from Leo, so he's unable to counterspell. But you turn your kinetic jaunt. You start to think, okay, I'm running down here. I'm going to meet him at this room. You see the mage is already seeing you outside of the room and launches a 6th level fireball down the hallway at you. Just immolates the entire room with flame.
Oh, it's fireball. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually not using uncanny dodge. You actually see as this, and I'm gonna need to remember this between weeks. As the fire like starts to wash over Kyle, you see an odd vacuum-like effect as a lot of the fire that seems to be trying like engulf him is drawn to something in his right hand that's totally not a gun.
Okay.
I'm casting absorb elements.
Okay, gotcha. Great.
Yeah.
But this does not stop the spell from going off. I was like,
No.
if this is some counter bullshit, I'm gonna have a fight. I'm gonna
No,
fight.
it's giving me resistance to fire damage and adding fire damage to my next attack.
Gotcha.
I cast unseen counterspell.
Unseen counterspell, damn.
When I can't see it, I counter it. Oh.
So if your snakes are visually represented here, Leo, they need to make the save or take the.
Oh
20.
yeah. Wait, so they're on people. So do they just take what people
They
pass or fail?
if they're being worn like an object, then they
Yeah.
just use whatever is the whoever they're on.
I wore one of these.
That's how it functions with sentient weapons. So I assume it's kind of the case.
I think I'm fair with that. So only 3 people have snakes, right?
Yeah, it's Kubo, Kyle, and me.
Okay, so
The 3 cool
his snake
kids.
also takes damage equivalent to what the person did.
So how much you both take Kyle?
My snake took 20.
Kyle only took 10.
Kyle took that, so
He
that's
was the
30,
full
and I
force,
took
right?
40, so that's 70 damage. Okay.
Okay.
It's still up.
And I think that's where we're gonna end off, so I can like draw up a map here and we can like visualize how this is going down.
All right.
Next week on
Next
what
week
more bullshit
on
is this? I just want to kill Serenity, and then I don't know what will happen. That's just I'm begging for it. I'll see.
Well, I think getting you guys 40 damage fireball right off the start is a pretty strong start to a combat, level 11 or not.
40. That's not what my record says.
Fair. Okay, well, I'm going to stop the recording here, guys. Thanks so much. That was a good full session. And we will catch you next time on Remalin.